grab this, put that over here. Perfect. So, getting a little bit dark over here now, and the noises are picking up. What do you expect, right? Nope. There you go. That'll work. That'll work nicely. Ooh, maybe not. My knee keeps blocking the way. All right, there we go. Whew, all right, let's do this. So we have, and if you want to know, I'm cutting a piece of wood here, so yeah. This place is getting dark. This place is getting noises around. Brah. You know what would be easier? If I had this. Joy, how's it? How's it? Joy, how's it? Dinner was delicious. There you go. And it's getting very dark and very creepy. But we have s'mores. In fact, I'm making a s'more stick right now. It's a lot easier. Yeah, you know what? Troy, how's it? Ocean footy, yo. Yep, mosquitoes on the way. Just in time for the drums, because I've heard something that sounded like drums. Bruh. Abraham. Hey, bruh. How's it? How's it? I haven't seen you for a while, bruh. Now is the time I'm asking myself, why did I do this again? Tomi Nalani, how's it? We're gonna do s'mores and ghost stories, as you can tell. This guy here, Ocean, how's it? I just started alive again. I am on Oahu, Nu'uanu Forest, Hawaii. Camping out in a haunted place. Bruh, come on. Troy, I'm not gonna do a bonfire. Bonfires look good, but I don't want to attract attention. I don't know what the neighbors would think if they see a fire in the backyard. They might think it's torches or something, you know what I mean? I packed all this random stuff. And then I looked at the little bamboo skewers and I'm like, nah, that's too much. I don't like carry that. I can make my own. Nah, I can't play anything. I got both of my phones here. I can sing a song though, but I mean, this is not that kind of scary stream, you know. Whew. Oh, you work nights? I stopped working nights. I work daytime now. I don't like sing because somebody's gonna come over here and sing with me. And you know what? So far, as it's been getting dark, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about how dark it's getting. Let me turn this light off. Oh, no, not that one, not that one. This one, no, not that one. This one, no, not that one. Okay. That's how dark it is right now. Let me flip you guys around. You guys can see the river. Bro, what's going on? There you go. And TikTok. I don't like that. You gotta push a couple buttons for TikTok. Flip camera. There you go. That's funny. YouTube is still better quality for filming. Maybe it's my Samsung. I don't know. So yeah, here's how dark it is. And like, yeah. Walmart headset for the win, right? Yes, I've been hearing a lot of stuff. I've been hearing, I heard a guy, ooh, there you go. I heard a guy behind me. I've heard footsteps behind me. And just random noises. The wind picked up and went, ooh. So this is going to be a fun night sleeping. I tried to do this on Wednesday, sleeping in the front yard with my little boy, and every little thing woke me up. Hello? I don't like wood in my marshmallow, thank you very much. A little bit more. I can't even see it. Oh, hello, I have a light. There you go. That's what I'm looking at. I keep thinking midlife crisis. Trolls are at it again. Okay, I didn't see the trolls. But there's no bridge here for them to hide under. Alright. Get that out, get that out. Oh. I did find out something cool though. I was using this and it wasn't starting a fire anyway. There you go. Oh look. Wait. Cool, yeah? Caveman just found fire. It wasn't starting a fire, no matter how much I put it into the leaves. Maybe that's for the best. We need to get the battery bank away from the stove and the spare phone. Ooh. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you guys. Awesome. I don't know why I have this. I can't see anything because the light's shining. The light's blinding me. Let's grab the s'mores, shall we? You know what? We're gonna give it another couple minutes. We're gonna give it like half an hour more because it's still light. Yeah, I can still see the sky. It's still light. It's only 7:30 right now. But I will crack open a monster. Ultra Fiesta Mango. Hey, Weelani, how's it? Yeah, I get a lighter. I could always use a lighter too, yeah. But I don't want to make a fire. It's gonna have a lot of smoke because everything here is still wet, yeah. It's forest. Even the dead tree was still wet when I tried to cut it. It's about now where I'm asking myself, what was I thinking? It's dark and I'm blind. monster. And I have a mosquito punk under me, which I might just put out because I don't think the mosquitoes are gonna come. But maybe that's why they're not coming. This light is really blinding me. Maybe a red light would be better. Just red light. Let me blink now. No more, for real. All right. There you go, green light. Because, whoa, geez, that's even worse. Bruh. I guess this is good because I'm gonna figure out noises, nighttime noises. Yeah, we're gonna do this again. I really don't want to see anything. The noises are enough, thank you. So, oh, kind of funny. No, too bright, thank you. So this place, historically, was where the Battle of the Pully. Well, this was a place in the Battle of the Pully, 1790s, 94, 95, I'm not sure. This is where Kamehameha and his army came up Nu'uanu Valley to push over the army of Oahu to their death down below. They pushed them over the Pully, which in Hawaiian Pully means cliff or precipice. And so the fate that awaited the army of Oahu was death or defect. And there's a lot of things that's said about it, a lot of conflicting things, especially when it comes to the numbers and all that, because it's not widely known or advertised, a lot of the stuff over here. But you know what? Let me do a little bit of protocol first, yeah? Aloha kupuna. Aloha to the spirits around here. My name is Joe. I come here to tell ghost stories and share. If you guys would like some ghost stories, you guys are welcome to come and listen and enjoy. I have one request, is that you keep your distance tonight, yeah? And I ask that you protect me, so I have two requests. No touch, and don't let bad things in, please, yeah? Sorry, I'm looking at this TikTok thing, and it's just, get plenty stuff that's coming up. But yeah, sorry, Kupuna. Mahalo. Thank you for allowing me to be here. If you need me to leave, I trust you. Let me know. Please let me know with enough time to pack up. Mahalo. Hey, Sandy, how's it? I've come here bringing ghost stories and s'mores. So I'll go make one s'more and stick them on the side for you guys if you guys like. You don't know what s'mores is? Well, you're missing out on a lot. It might not be traditional Hawaiian, but I never have room for the poi and ho'okupu, yeah? So they call it mine. Oh man, I need some more caffeine. So historically, as I said, Battle of the Pully. Although, from what I've learned, King Kamehameha the Great, the king, the Ali'i Nui. Hi, Nat. We're not gonna have these bugs now, are we? He didn't even make it to the Pully Lookout. He went all the way up to a place called Kaniakapupu, which is up the river a bit more, which now is the ruins of an old house built after him by his sons. The Summer Palace of Kamehameha III. Off limits too, by the way. You cannot go check them out, kind of stuff. It's yeah, no hiking, no visiting, kind of thing. It's old and has fallen apart. Yeah, but over there used to be the heiau. I believe the heiau is called Kaniakapupu. The music of the land shells, much different than the conch shell, right? But the land shell makes a different noise. Anyway, that's where he stopped. He didn't make it to the lookout. He stopped there so he could pray. Now, one thing that was told to me was by an archaeologist and a historian was that Kamehameha on the island of Oahu, on the islands, when he would conquer the islands, he wouldn't focus solely on conquering the people. He would focus on protocol, introducing himself to the akua, to the spirits of the island, and letting himself be known and doing it the right way. He wasn't here to conquer, he was here to incorporate, I guess. And so to me that was like he went over to the heiau and at the temple and he prayed and he met the akua, he met the spirits that live on Oahu in this valley, and he followed protocol and all of that stuff as well, which to me is very impressive, right? It's not, haha, I'm your king, you bow to me now. It's like, no. It's like, hi, I came over here, this is my name, these are my spirits, these are my gods. It's nice to meet you, let's work together. That's kind of how I saw it, yeah? So, I think that's cool. 808, how's it? Oh. And so, yeah, in this valley, a lot of the times people will hear the sound of the conch shell, the sound of drums, that kind of stuff, right? It's, but you also got to keep in mind too that in the 1790s, I believe this place was not what it looked like nowadays. It was dry and it had just all the sandalwood trees. This whole valley was sandalwood trees. I believe it was King Kalakaua in the 1800s that diverted the water from the windward side to the leeward side in hopes of growing these enormous lo'is and building these enormous taro patches. That's what lo'i is, right? So that during the time Kalakaua was king, there was famine, right? People were starving because there weren't enough people to work the fields, and there was illness and all of that kind of stuff, and the plagues and stuff. Yeah, 1800s was bad. You get the common cold, if you're Hawaiian, you die. So he wanted to build, and it's more convenient in Nu'uanu, all of these terraces and all of these lo'i, which you can still see the remnants of when you go up to Kaniakapupu, if you go hiking in the back and you look around, yeah? Hey, Kaylee. So I don't even know if there was a river coming down like there is now, right? So when I see the warriors coming up this valley, I don't see them coming up as it is now. I see it more like shrubs and, like I said, sandalwood trees and drier and all of that, right? But because of that, there's a lot of stories, right? Just get plenty of ghost stories here. A little bit about me. I do ghost tours. I used to. I've been doing this for just about 20 years almost, so I have a lot of ghost stories myself. A lot of the things that have happened to me. Yeah. Up the river at Kaniakapupu, we had several experiences. I'll start with some of those stories right now, right? So we had gone there. I'd gone there on a tour. I had done the tour, and it was just a couple people that turned into a lot, and eventually it turned into 30 people. It was like a family thing, right? This is one of my favorite stories. It was just really weird. I'm not sure if I shared this last week on the live, but I know I shared the story with somebody. There were 30 eyewitnesses to this, right? So we get up there, we do our protocol and all of that stuff, and it's all good. We have things happen, which is fun. The spirits are okay with us being up there, as long as we respect, bust up the area, that kind of stuff. So we respect it. We're very pono and that kind of stuff. And when it's time to leave, it's time to leave. So it's a single file trail, right? And I get the lead because I don't want people to get lost. So I take the lead and I look in the back to make sure I know who's going to be taking up the back. I don't want, it could be a little scary when you're in the back and you got nothing behind you and everyone else is in the front. And not a lot of people brought flashlights either. Bro, my light's upside down. Come on, bro. If I hear a noise in front of me, I want to be able to turn the light on like that. Oh, it is on. Alright, hearing all kinds of noises over here. So we went up, and as we were walking, we said our thing, we did our thing, and we were coming back down. And as we're coming back down, we hear the conch shell, but it sounded different, right? It wasn't just the conch shell; it was a lower sounding conch shell, which reminds me of the name Kaniakapuku, right? The music of the land shell. And so I looked to the group to react, to see how they were reacting, because it can be scary, right? Hearing a conch shell coming from the sky in the middle of the night where there's nobody and no houses and that kind of stuff. A couple houses, but they're further down. This conch shell was right above us. And I turned around to look, and they weren't scared. They were like in awe and wonder. They're like, you guys heard that? They're like, the conch shell? Yeah, we heard that. What the heck? That's so awesome. They're all smiling. And then I'm like, that's cool. And I was kind of looking down the line to make sure nobody's freaking out. And halfway through the group, there's somebody that's like, excuse me, I didn't hear anything. And then I walked back over there to see, and come to find out everybody behind him never heard anything. And it was like half the group didn't hear a conch shell. Where the front half heard the shell, the back half didn't hear the conch shell, right? And so I'm just like, what the heck? And I'm standing there like, so you guys heard them? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and you guys never heard nothing? They're like, no, we didn't hear. And then he watches the guy look up, his jaw drops, and I'm like looking at him like, what the heck? I don't hear nothing. And then he's like, he just heard the conch shell. And everybody behind him heard the conch shell. Whereas where I was standing in the middle, I never heard nothing, and everybody in the front never heard nothing. Yeah. That's probably the spookiest fact that it came up from above. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking, because where it happened, I noticed there's a big tree. So I'm familiar with portals and that kind of stuff and all of that. Hey, mana, aloha. That kind of stuff over at the kind of trail, yeah. That tree might be a portal of some kind of time anomaly. I've seen them in the sky too. It's kind of weird, yeah. Where it was a time anomaly, as in we walked through the portal. Although everything looked great, it was like a minute delayed, where we heard the conch shell, and then a minute later, everybody behind the group heard the conch shell, right? But there was another time we were walking down the trail, and right outside the ruins, right? The ruins are surrounded by this big rock wall. You can't really see it too well because it's hidden in the bush. Hey, Mr. Mayhem, how's it? Hey, I know you, bro. I stay over in Nu'uanu, camping out by myself. Right up from Judd. About half an hour up the trail. But yeah, so we're walking down. Me, my friend, Obake, Jen, and Eric, right? So we were walking down because earlier that day we had something happen. So earlier that day we had something happen where I went up there with my kids and my family and a friend and her kids. And as we were walking down, we hear a conch shell. But it was super loud. It's in the middle of a bamboo forest, which means you could see all around you. And I noticed as it was blowing that my feet were vibrating. It was coming from the ground. That's where the conch shell was coming from, the ground. And it was clearly a conch shell. And we stood there for a few minutes. My ex-wife took the kids and everybody back to the car. Me and my friend were over there, standing there, and we were asking like questions, like, is there a spirit here? Are there kupuna here? That kind of stuff, and it would blow again. And I'm like, are you from this century? No response. Are you from pre-contact? Boom, goes again, right? Before white man. And it was intelligent. And so we came back that night about midnight. And we walked up, nothing happened. We turned around, we walked back down, and the same thing happened. In the same place it happened. And we heard the conch shell. And Obake was a little unnerved, so kind of like I am right now. Obake was a little unnerved, and so he went back down to the van. I'm like, bro, if you're scared, I don't think you want to walk for like 5-10 minutes by yourself in the pitch black. That's not how being scared works. You stick with the group up, but you're not scared of that kind of stuff, yeah. We talked to it. I don't remember much of what we said and what we learned, but it reacted to us and it gave us intelligent answers. And there was one point where I said, to make sure that this is not a fluke, could you stop until I tell you to start again? So for like 2 minutes, I was asking it questions, doing this, doing that, not a sound, nothing. Then it said, okay, you can start again. And then the conch shell sounded again from under the ground. And I'm like, brah, that is so cool. And so there was just, Obaki and Jen went back down to the car, and there was me and Eric up there. And so I kind of felt the place shift a little bit, like, okay, time to go. And so I said, if it's time to go, please give me a sign. And then from back towards Kaniakapupu, you hear boom, 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 getting louder. And I'm like, bro, that's drums. I turn around to look at my friend, who, by the way, is like 6'2", tattoos everywhere, a kind of bluegrass beard going on, you know. He's a badass, right? I turn around and I'm like, hey, Eric, sounds like drums, huh? And I look, brother's already hightailing it down the trail. And I'm like, mahalo, I think it's time to go, thank you. These lights are playing tricks on me, man. I'm seeing things moving next to me. And it is nighttime now, so good evening. And yeah, it was drums. I don't think that it was night marchers. I think that it was them telling us to go. If there's drums, we heli. I got Eric at the car. I'm like, bro, how come you was running? He's like, bro, you told me if you hear drums, run. Which, fair enough, I did, and he did. So yeah. Is it the wind making all the noise in the background? Hey, yeah, I saw you land. But that's the river, bro. That's the river right next to me over here. Nu'uanu Stream. I think I walked into one that opened up and things slowed down. It was quiet and calm. Yeah, I did that too, Troy. That was at the mound at Iolani Palace. The last day I worked for Oahu Ghost Tours, I wanted to leave an offering inside the mound, the Pohukaina mound. When I walked in there, dude, all the noise stopped. I was by myself. All the lights went away, and I'm like, dude, it literally felt like King Street wasn't in front of me and cars weren't driving by. There was nothing. Yeah. So crossing into a portal throws your senses off, like unbalanced for a while. Yep. My cousin believes he once passed through a portal at Manoa Chinese Cemetery. That would be the banyan tree at the top. Yeah, 808. All the way up on the top is a portal. That's a very good portal. It's a very interesting one, yeah. Your portal experience without Schofield Barracks, I wouldn't doubt it, bro. 2 open portals when I was there, yep. Based on a description of the experience, it sounded more similar to what happened to Uncle Opaka, placed in a protective bubble when a marching procession passed. Yeah. Show the river. Okay. I mean, it's the river. That's what we was told as kids. You hear drums run or go inside. Or go shishi in your pants. Let me show you guys around the campsite a little bit. Flip the camera, flip the camera. No, flip the camera. By the way, that chair is comfortable, bro. I like the sound of the river, yeah, the rushing water, so that's why I pitched my tent right over here. I don't think it's going to be very comfortable, but we'll see, because it's like humped, yeah. There's not much flat places here, yeah. And I also noticed something very interesting. You see that branch right there? With all that hair and gunk by it? Well, that's how high the river gets sometimes. So, yeah, if it starts to rain, I need to dig out real fast. Otherwise, I will be swept away. That's going to be fun, huh? Starts pouring rain, and I need to get out of the tent and move everything. Yeah, I know, Troy. I'm kind of hoping that I can fall asleep to the sound of the river. and that flips everything, that drowns everything out. We shall see. Looks very cool. Have a great time. Thank you, Anban. Mahalo ba. Yeah, Night Marcher stories. Yeah, though I got an interesting story as well when I worked at Oahu Ghost Tours. We would stop. The first stop would be at the. I'm gonna keep this on my head. Yeah, it's just a good idea. So I can go boom, and I can see the ghost before it comes at me, right? Because that's gonna make a big difference. Ooh, there you go. Make them look more spooky, yeah, for me. Oh yeah, so we was doing Oahu Ghost Tours, right? And we get up to the Pali is our first stop with the tourists and all of that, and it's Friday night, right? We get some locals with us as well, some military, some tourists, just about everybody around there, right? And I'm not walking from here, but I'm not leaving my tent and my stuff over here. And we get up to the Pali Lookout, and there's been many times we're at the Pali Lookout and we hear the conch shell in the back of the valley and that kind of stuff. But one time we get over there, it was me and Robert Sepulveda, and we hear what sounds like drums, but it was so erratic. We heard the boom coming, echoing off the valley walls. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, that's not night marches. Night marches are more rhythmic, right? But we were very careful. We didn't make sure that it doesn't get closer. I think the second time we heard it, we left, and the third time we heard it, we realized what it was. It was the fireworks in Waikiki. It happened right at the time the Hilton Hawaiian has their fireworks show. Yeah. Thank you, Troy. This is an excellent idea. I don't know though. We'll see, because maybe I'll keep my live on. You guys can watch me sleep. Yeah. You might get good EVP when you replay this live. You know what? I brought that too with my voice recorder. I was planning on doing a full-on investigation here, but I think I'd rather eat s'mores. How's it, Lorraine? Yes, I cooked my steak. It was good. And bell peppers. I think breakfast will be bell peppers and Pop-Tarts. Sounds disgusting. Why do I have all these caffeine drinks? Don't I want to sleep tonight? Oh, we've gotten a bunch of EVPs. I've been trying to get my son to do videos, to make them into videos, to share them. But he's, yeah. He's my son, what can I say? I think we need to make this a little bit smaller if we're going to put marshmallows on top. Anybody like s'mores? Come to Judge Trail. Hike about half an hour up the trail. You can't miss me. I suggest bring my flashlight and you can have s'mores with me. Hi, Bugs. Oh, you're a pretty looking bug. But I don't want you on my hand, thank you. There we go. Perfect. Brah, feral chickens would be awesome. Omelet. Bell pepper omelet. How's the feeling from there to where we usually go? Less crowded. And slightly foreign. There's other things here that have a different energy signature, if that makes any sense to you. I'm hearing stuff said around him when he started walking around. Yep. Ooh. The feeling is interesting, yeah. I just hearing the river makes me feel some kind of energy, yep. Not the same spirits here, different. Yeah, but I got the same spirits around me. The trouble is I can't feel them. Uilani can. We got, I wonder if we got the same mo'o or if we get the different mo'o. It's the same river, huh? Okay, let me go grab my kind. You know what? We'll finish this burger first. Almost probably. There you go. Rubbish bag. You'd be sleeping already. You know, yeah. Yeah, I know. As soon as the sun goes down when you're camping, you're sleeping already. I'll go see if I can charge my phone. Yeah, I can charge my phone while I'm streaming. How's that? Okay, let me go grab the kind of s'mores. Because we only get one stove. First thing first. Come on, come on. I bought the wrong chair, but this chair is really comfortable. But if you're ever gonna buy a chair for like this kind of stuff, I suggest the ones with the big fat feet. Yeah, that way you don't sink into the dirt like I am. That tends to break the chairs. One night I need to come out there without Corey. Need to clear my mind out there. Yeah, definitely. You let me know. You let me know, Joy. Just come here, hang out. I think I need to get closer. I think also the first thing I'm gonna cook is the Pop-Tart. Oh, spooky. The floating head. There's several mo'o, but only one comes to the top. Here they all walk around over here. Nice. I don't know. I was hearing a lot of noises when I came here. I felt like an intruder. Then I did protocol. I did protocol a couple times already. Introducing myself and all that good stuff, right? What was that? It sounded like an owl. That sounded to my left like I can't make noise. I'm gonna stick this bag in here. Yeah, for sure, Joy. Friday the 13th, huh? Too much. We're toasting. We're not cremating. I might go camping again. I don't know, we'll see. My coworkers wanted to go beach, but we also gotta do something for my sister, yeah? Because her birthday. Her birthday is on the 10th. So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. If nothing, then I'm just gonna, then I'll go Judd, like usually. Keith, how's it? Not bad trying to figure out who he is, but we're told he's not to be touched. They were told he not to be touched. All right, on. Yeah, Matt's here too? Hey, Matt, how's it? All right, on, brother. We gotta go camping with your boy when he comes down, dude. Nothing. We're just about to start the s'mores. I feel like I need more lights over here. So you know what I love about this? It's a rechargeable battery, but it also takes a very specific battery too if you don't recharge it. It's called the CR123, which most normal people don't have. But because of my job, I have tons. Like, literally tons. Old batteries that are still good, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna be going through that stuff like nothing. And I got a new power bank. Oh, 79 already. It's okay, I get 3 more. Right on, right on. Yeah. Charity, how's it? Bruh, lower, you fool. Oh, I need to get my knife back. And my little cloth to clean the knife. How's it? First s'mores for me, okay? Then I make one for you. Come by. Ah, no. There we go. There we go. Woo, look at that bugger. Burn like the marshmallow gonna be. We'll turn you way down, bruh. Nope, that's up. There you go. Aussie, how's it, brother? How's it? Sorry if I'm missing some people over here. But let's go and... Hey, there's nothing like river water. But look, I was staring at it very closely. The filter's good. It's clear. Okay, that Pop-Tart should be good. We need the... somewhere to put it. It's not gonna burn. Bruh. There you go. They can be hooked together to power devices to recharge. Yep. They're lithium batteries, so they last a long time. Woo-hoo. Both sides burnt now. Yeah. Oh, now you gotta wait. Oh man, that chocolate and I can smell the chocolate and the marshmallow melted already inside the kind. Yes. And then we will get... Bro, this thing cooks things so fast. It's unreal. Where did my marshmallows go? Yeah, I could have just put them on top here, yeah. Are you heating the pan? Directing? Oh, no. I'm putting the s'mores. Sorry. Yeah, you guys don't see nothing. Wow. How come I hit flip and the thing zoom into my face? Ooh. Hey, thank you for the subscribe. There you go. See? You know what? I will use this thing. Too bad I don't have a thing to hang it. And spent too much time getting this set up. Right, look at that. Bruh, now I need the light again. Flip this bugger over. Burn the other side. Oh, that's perfect right there. There we go. We're gonna get that chocolate bar. Bruh, yeah, Matt. It's it's not as good as yours, but it was cheap. Rechargeable battery, and yeah, it has a green light. That's why I liked it, because it has one green light. There you go. Stick you right over here. Bruh, I bought way too much chocolate for this outing. No way I go eat all this chocolate by myself. Okay, now where did my stick go? Sorry, but I am one of those. Gotta have my marshmallow burnt. Hey, come on, burn the marshmallow. Bro, you burn everything else, but you don't like burn the marshmallow. What's the matter with you? There we go. We got a little fire going on. You know what? I get the knife, slide them right like that. This is very messy. I get one termite on top of my s'more. I think I only get room for 2 marshmallows on this thing. I need more pockets. Phoebe, how's it? Yep. Oh, hello. Oh, now you like show off, are you? There we go. Maybe one more. You know what? Just to be inconsistent, we'll make this one golden brown. Whoop, whoop, hello there. Now imagine how I'm sitting right now. I have 2 phones and a tripod between me and the flame, and so I'm trying to peek over the phones to watch what I'm doing here. Phoebe, yes, all by myself. Ooh. Okay, this is taking too long. Okay, perfect timing. Now, how we gonna fit this on top? Okay. There you go. Oh, Joy. This one is better because it's a s'more Pop-Tarts. It'll get chocolate and marshmallow inside of them already. And it's made of graham crackers, so yeah. Are you still hot? Yes, you're still hot. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, how about you? You're not hot. No, you're good. Okay. Oh, sorry. Close-up shot. Oh, turn you off. Oh no, off is the other way. There we go. Oh, bro, these lights, they're moving. And they won't stop moving. Damn you, gravity. Right here. I had a marshmallow. Whoop. And I'm looking to see nothing. It's funny. It's funny how light the area came once they started making the s'mores. Bruh. Get on there. Bruh, this thing is falling apart. Oh god, it's gonna be so messy. Yeah. I wish I had a bonfire. Oh, that chocolate did not stand a chance, bruh. Stay in there. Wow. That's real good. Oh my god. That is good. I'm gonna get chocolate all over my face. I know it. Wow. I wonder if I were to use dark chocolate next time. Brad, so good, bro. Because the Pop Tarts get the milk chocolate. And if I use dark chocolate, I'll get two kinds of chocolate. And I get termites. Did you know termites like chocolate? Yep, you know where I am. Bruh, yeah. That sounds fun, dude. So that kind of point, yeah. That's kind of what I hope to do too. Chocolate is oozing out of the sides and from the inside of the Pop Tart. Hold on. Bro, look at that. Yeah. There you go. I mean, the s'more Pop Tarts are made of graham cracker, huh? Yeah, the area got much lighter all of a sudden. I'm glad I bought two boxes. Not gonna be any boxes left. Oh god. so sweet. Oh my God. It's something a little interesting too. When I came walking up here today on the trail, so far up I've never been. So real close by, right down there was 3 tea leaves on the ground. No tea leaf plant in sight, just 3 tea leaves on the ground. I thought that was interesting. Something happened. I wonder what. Somebody brought tea leaves here. For those of you who don't know, it's Ti. Yeah, the tea leaves in Hawaii are kind of sacred. They're used to show proper respect, all of that kind of stuff, to the spirits, and to protect you from spirits. Bruh, and that was only one container of Pop Tarts. 2 Pop Tarts. I have 8 in this box and a yellow second box alone. Holy girl, aloha. Eh, Maybe chuckling on my shirt. And my pants, and my hand, and my feet. Oh man. The smoke is coming from the mosquito punk at my feet. You know what? What am I doing? Do I really want to see something? Heavy D, how's it? Any, how's it? How's it? Mmm. That was one good s'more. Oh, brah. I gotta put this down again. There we go. Alright. More ghost stories. Brah, I really wish there was a fire. Ooh, fire. Graham cracker. Yeah, the river's right over here next to me. Gives a little bit of rapids over here. I will have to pack everything up before I leave, though. I mean, before I go to sleep. Just in case. Okay, now. Ooh, yeah. I wanted to share a story with you guys. One of my favorite ones. I haven't shared this story in like since October, I think. And yeah. Are you doing one for the spirits? Bumbai. I don't know if the spirits are gonna like the bugs getting all over it. because that's kind of like pilau. You know, I'll ask him. I'll bust. You know what? I will do. I'll go bust up my equipment now. Yeah, it's a good idea. REM pod. Where can I set this up that now? So up here. I know. I'm gonna get my string lights. Then I'll turn the camera to face the equipment. So aloha kupuna. These are devices that you may be able to set off. If you go up and you try to touch it, these things will change color and it will let me know that you're here. If you want to, feel free. If not, don't worry. If there's a problem, let me know and I'll put them away again. I'm going to get you guys situated over here. No. Come on. Flip camera. There you go. I'm going to throw new batteries in this one to see how it does. Notice how close I am to the REM pod right now, and it's not going off. Whew, there we go. I've done protocol several times since I've been here. Yeah. But you know what? That's a very good idea. Whew. I am Hawaiian, but I don't believe in, I cannot chant. I was never taught how to chant, and because I don't know how to do the oli, I'm not going to pretend, yeah? So St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all evil spirits who wander the earth seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Lord, we ask that you protect me as well as the viewers. We ask that you watch over us. You watch over us. You watch over our house. You watch over our loved ones and all of that. We ask that you grant us the wisdom we need, the patience that we need, and the motivation that we need to accomplish, to better ourselves in your name. I ask permission to be here tonight in this area where there are many spirits. I ask their permission. I tell them, and I have Oli Pilikia. I don't have any ill intentions. I don't come here bringing troubles. I come here bringing stories, s'mores, and I come here to experience. Yeah. If at any time I have overstayed my welcome, you have to just let me know and give me a few minutes to pack up, and I shall hele on. Mahalo for this opportunity. It's very much appreciated. This is a beautiful place that these spirits call your home. Lord God, please continue to watch over me as well. And Lord God, we know that these spirits over here are also of your creation, so please give them a blessing. Please bless them as well. Please bring them happiness, fullness, satisfaction. Please bring these ancestors, these uhane, these akua, please bring them the peace and the happiness that only you can provide, Lord. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, amen. Hey, how's it? Thanks for reminding me, Polygirl. I'll go turn off the light for now, because I really don't want to see what's going on in front of me. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, those purple lights are EMF meters, which means if something with an electromagnetic field comes close to it, it will trip, and it will go off. Oh, wow. This is good. That red box, that red thing over here. Nope, wrong one. Nope, wrong one again. Nope, wrong one again. That one right there is a REM pod. You have to go up and touch the antenna for the lights to go off. The closer you get, the more lights go off. You know, let me turn off the lights over here. I heard a beep. Did you guys see anything go off in front of me? I was looking in the other direction, and I heard a beep noise. Connection on TikTok keeps going in and out. I don't know what I can do. Sorry. Has there been any recent hauntings or contact experiences on the job site? For me? No. I gotta drive a golf cart today. It's just been a lot of work. Nothing that I noticed. Except I did find out about a murder I didn't even know had happened, like the 80s or 90s over at Kaneohe. Kaneohe Pali Golf Course, yeah? I was told about the murder, and they think that the guys still haunt, because I went over there to fix their system, and I asked them about the pohaku. They have a birthing stone on the back of their course somewhere that I read about. That's the one I've spoken about, where they would, it's somewhere right off of the course. It's a birthing stone, big birthing stone on the base of the Ko'ola mountain range. And in front by the birthing stone is another big rock that has like the Ko'ola mountains carved into it, because as the women would wait to give birth, they would carve what they see right above them, right? So I asked them about that, and we started talking about ghost stories, and she showed me where the bullet hit, and I'm like, bro, when did this happen? She's like, oh, 80s, 90s. I'm like, I lived Kaneohe almost my whole life, you know, and I've not heard of that murder, or that there was a shooting over there or something. I'm not too sure how or why, but yeah. Anyway, so the story I want to share with you guys, there are, one light went off on the REM pod. Okay. So I'm looking at the phones right now, right? And sometimes I look away when I see the chat moving, and it gets distracted. So I try to finish my story, and then I'll read the chat after. So I'm not always looking at them, yeah? We'll try this. Wait. Hold on. Where's my other phone? Right there. Yeah, you know what? Oh, okay, boy, I was about to text you on my third phone. How's it? Brah, you missed it, dude. We just finished the s'mores, brah. Holy, brah, it was ono. Faye, thank you for the roses. And everybody on TikTok, thank you for everything. I'm not, yeah, mahalo. Hey, Melody, how's it? So this is yes, anyways. In Hawaii, we have a lot of ghosts. We have a lot of spirits and that kind of stuff. And oh, you know, I do want to say real fast, if there are any spirits out there, and you want me to know that you're here, you just need to touch one of those things, trigger the light, that kind of stuff, right? And I will know. Mahalo. If not, enjoy the stories. So Hawaii, we have a lot of ghosts. It's very rare that you meet people that don't believe in ghosts over here, especially like Madame Pele, the goddess of the volcano and stuff, right? But you got Madame Pele. It's not stories. Some of them are stories and legends, but a lot of them are Okay, right on, Melody. A lot of the stories are personal experiences that you grew up hearing over here, right? A lot of the stories were, oh yeah, I went to the Big Island and I saw Pele. I saw this old Hawaiian lady on the road. I picked her up and she disappeared from the car before I got to her destination. She was wearing a white moo, that kind of stuff, right? Um, Hold on. Okay, yeah, Matt, a member of the prominent West Side family and his friend chased down a so-called witness in the Ko'olau golf course. Yeah, that's what I heard. Matt, how's it? Matthew. How do I create goals? I don't know what that is. I'll learn how to do it. I might do a live tomorrow. I might do one later tonight. We'll see. I'll have to look more. There's so many buttons to push on TikTok. So strange. Oh, right there. Add live goal. Oh, it's not locked. It's locked. I have to unlock it first because this is like first day I'm going live. Sorry. See, I get distracted. Anyways, the ghost stories. We have a lot of stories over here. We have a lot of stories about night marchers. We have Madame Pele. We have not only stories of ancestors, but we have stories of Hawaiian demigods. Stories of Kamapua'a, the half man, half pig. Stories of Kaupe, the half man, half dog, the cannibal. We have all of these things over here. We have all of these stories and sightings, and many people will have the sighting and not know the name behind it. Yeah. So I don't. Hold on. Was that a drum I just heard? The air just got really still. To Dean, how's it? Thank you. Sorry, I'm like, I don't know. I just heard tutum. Might be a truck. Well, it was only one, so I'm not concerned. If it was drums, you'd hear more. I'm waiting for the hot wind. Hot wind blowing down the valley would usually mean that they're coming. I'm not sure if they'll be coming down the valley or up the valley. Yeah, but we'll find out. Full moon on Tuesday. Thank you. Chilling spots in Aiea other than the Loop Trail. The high school, the intermediate school. I know they're haunted. I don't know the stories though. I've worked there too, so I've kind of felt it a little bit. Especially the field by the high school. Yeah, the field by the high. Bruh, I'm just sorry. I know I should be used to it. I'm feeling them all around, bruh, right now. I'm watching the trees moving, the leaves moving, and there's no wind. You know, and apparently I learned that they have eyes, so I can't shine the lights in their faces. Yeah, I will keep the light, yeah, directly in front of me, right where the I want them to go and play with the equipment. No, I'll keep the lights off for now. Honolulu High School too. Yep. Ooh. Okay. This is different. Okay, this is different. This is weird. Okay, anyway, so I don't know why it took me so long to piece together that it's not only the Madame Pele that's real and the night marchers and all of that stuff, but you know, all the things of Hawaiian stories and Hawaiian legends. There are some pules, there are some chants that number the akua, that number the spirits of old Hawaii. to over 400,000 of them, right? So there are many, many spirits. And to believe in Madame Hele and to believe in all of these, the night marchers, is to believe in all of them, right? So, I might be live all night tonight. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, as long as I don't hear a scream, I'm good. And so, this happened to me 2010, 2008, right when I started working for Oahu Ghost Tours, and it was a learning experience for me. Put it that way. It opened my eyes a lot. So we were on the tour. I was with Uncle Joe. I was at Uncle Joe Espinda. Me and him were the guides. I had just started. He was training me, kind of showing me the ropes, kind of thing. It was all fun, it was all good. And we got to the back of Manoa Valley by Paradise Park, right on the trailhead to Manoa Falls. And that's where we would get out, tell Night Marcher stories and whatever else is there, for the tour, the group. And as we get to the trail, there's a presence on the trail. Like a man standing maybe 10 yards away from us, right on the bottom of the tree. Sorry, getting distracted here. Maybe I'm going to shine a little bit of a light over here, just because that doesn't look very fun for you guys to keep looking at. You know what? Maybe we'll try the green light. There you go, the green light. Yep. Now you know what? I'm not taking it off. There we go. And you're not even going to see anything going off if they do. Bruh, I can't believe it's only 8:45 right now. There we go, that's better. And I'm going to have a light shining over here too, because I'm chicken. You know what? Oh, and there go the lights on the REM pod. Are you laughing at me because I'm chicken? If you think I'm chicken, if you're laughing at me because I'm chicken, can you set off the blue light? That's the red light. Can you set off the blue light? How about the green light? You want me to continue the stories? Set off the green light. Oh, that was cool. Thank you. Oh, thank you. There's the green light. Okay, I'll continue. Mahalo. So we get to the back. They're like, hurry up already. Just let's do the stories. So we get to the back of the valley, and we feel that there's this guy over there, right? And it's confirmed by a lady who says, there's a man standing back there. There's a man, and he wants to know, he's waiting for you guys. And I look at Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe looks at me. It's like, okay, who's this guy? It's clearly not a guy. It's clearly a ghost, right? It's clearly a ghost. And so, we ask, okay, what does he want? What does he want to tell us? What does he want to know? And she says he wants to know why you guys come back here all the time. Okay, bread, nice, thank you. He wants to know why you guys come back here all the time. And he wants to know why you guys are seeking him out. And I'm like, okay, red means stop, green means go for the story. Okay, green means go. So he says why are we seeking him out? And what do we seek from him? What do we want from him? and we don't want anything. She said, well, you need to follow protocol, which is something Uncle Joe was teaching me. So I'm like, protocol, right on. I'm all about protocol, right? I'm like, what kind of a kupu? What kind of an offering does this individual want? I'm thinking maybe a certain kind of fish, a certain kind of poi, a certain kind of flower, something like that, right? I'm like, what does this spirit want? And she says, she looks at me, she turns white, and she looks at me and she's like, he says he wants human blood. And that was my same reaction. I laughed. I looked at Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe looked at me, and we both said, no. No. Ole. No human blood. The hell is the matter with you? We don't do human blood over here. What the hell? And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what'll happen if we bring a chicken. Like sacrifice a chicken or something. I promise I'm not Portuguese, okay? And the lady looks at me and says, he's laughing now. And I'm like, what? She says, yeah, he's laughing at you. And I'm like, he's laughing at me? She says, yeah. And she looks forward like she's listening to something. He says he doesn't want a chicken. And I'm like, what? She's like, I don't know. He says he doesn't want a chicken. Does that mean anything to you? And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, okay. I was thinking that. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, I was thinking that, but I'm not going to do it. It was just a little thought that jumped into my mind. I'm just curious. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I wonder what will happen if we do this. But she's like, well, he thinks that's hilarious. Oh, hi. She's like, she thinks that's hilarious, but no, he doesn't want a chicken. He wants human blood. And I'm like, yeah, well, we don't do that anymore. And I'm starting to think, and we start talking, and we're trying to figure out who this spirit, who this ghost is, who this presence is, right? And so we're asking her questions. And as we're doing this, I guess he gets bored because it starts to fade. It starts to fade off. Like, the presence gets smaller and fainter and fainter and fainter. Then I finally ask her, I'm like, so what is it? Is it a guy that died back here? Is it an ancient Hawaiian? Is it a hiker? And she turned and looked at me and she said, no. She's like, no. She said, I've never felt this kind of energy before. He's definitely male, but this is not a person. He never was. She says, this is a god. And that's when everything kind of clicked in my head and the realization started forming. And I'm like, brah, you know who this is? I looked at Uncle Joe. He's like, no, who's this? I'm like, think about it. He's a he. He's very, very male. He's a god, and he wants human blood. This is Ku. Ku is a male god in Hawaii. That everything male is Ku's kuleana, his responsibility, his area. And Ku, a version of Ku, named Kukailimoku and many others, was the god of war that demanded human sacrifice. Apparently, he thought us bringing people back there was bringing him human sacrifice. And he was getting a little upset that we weren't giving him the tourists as human sacrifice. Kind of a lame joke, but then from that point on, Uncle Joe was like, okay, I need one volunteer. No, he's like, okay, I need one sacrifice. I mean volunteer. But yeah, so that realization hits me, and then something grabs my right arm, my upper arm. And on my right upper arm, I have a tattoo. It's a petroglyph of my family name, Punohu, right? I felt something grab right in that area and start pulling. Now, to my right, where it was pulling me to, was a drop. I'd say a good 40 feet, 50 feet, drop straight down to the river. Once I feel that pressure and that pulling, I get scared stiff. I can't move. I can't move. I just look at Uncle Joe. I'm like, Uncle Joe. And I'm starting to be pulled over towards the cliff, and he grabs my other arm and starts pulling me back. And he plays tug of war with whatever's trying to pull me down the cliff. And other people grab Uncle Joe, and they all finally pull me back. And literally whatever was trying to pull me off the cliff let go. And I flew back onto the trail, and everybody fell down. And as we're getting up, Uncle Joe just looks up. And I remember this. And Uncle Joe, he just looks up and he's like, "What are you doing? Run!" Oh, brah, we went dig out. Hey, Mace, how's it? How's it? We would dig out. We ran back to the vans and we drove out there. I was shaking. I was scared. I was terrified. Bruh. And so I'm in the van now, right? And I still gotta drive them back to the hotels, right? And I'm still scared, but my automatic driving starts to go on, and I start talking and talking really fast, trying to calm myself down, trying to get a hold of the situation, but it's not working. There's something in the van with us. I can feel this hot presence in the van, like heat. The AC, I felt it, was cold coming out of it. The back of the van was fogging up like a sauna. Their AC was cold. So we're over there, and it's like, brah, I get to the Ala Moana, the first stop. That's where I drop off all the locals. And then we go into Waikiki and drop them off at their hotel. No, everybody jumped out at the Ala Moana. And I'm like, "You sure? I'll drive you guys to your hotel." "No, no, no, we'll catch a cab. It's fine. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, they felt the same thing. And so the psychic lady tries to slip away, and I literally grab her and I ask her, "What the hell's going on?" And she's like, "Isn't it obvious? He's still with you." And I'm like, "Well, what the hell am I supposed to do?" She pulled her arm back out of my hand, and she's like, "I don't know, but this is your kuleana." She's like, "This is your responsibility. If you want to continue working this job, you have to." Oh, the REM pod is going off tonight, huh? Like, if you want to continue working this job, you gotta learn how to deal with this stuff. And I drove home, and I called up Uncle Joe. "Uncle Joe, you gotta help me, Uncle Joe." He's like, "Bro, what you get on top of you, I cannot help you, bro. I cannot help you. What you get on top of you is too powerful." And then he called me back a little while later and said, "You know what? If you really, really need help, call me and I can help you." I'm already driving. I'm driving up Kapahulu. I go onto the freeway and I can feel this heat in the van. You know, I can feel this presence around me, this heat and this pressure on the back of my neck, on my shoulders, right? It felt like somebody was laughing. It felt like there was this big guy with this booming laughter behind me. And so I got my tea leaf, I got my salt, I started throwing the salt, I started waving the tea leaf, rolled down the windows that were actually already down, and I started yelling, "Leave, get out of here, you're not welcome." I'm on the freeway and I'm driving, and this thing is still in the van laughing at me. Okay? And right by the time I get by close to Bishop Museum, something finally clicks in my head. You know, the scariest part for me was that this is what I was taught. You gotta yell at the ghosts, right? You read the Obake Files, the book, and you learn you gotta yell at the ghosts. And I get tea leaf, and I get salt. None of that was working. And so finally, as I get by Bishop Museum, I'm gonna take the Like cutoff and go home, right? It occurs to me, bruh, you're Catholic. Pray. I mean, why is it that prayer is always the last option? You know, and so I say the Our Father. I say, "Our Father who art in heaven," you know, all of that good stuff. And then I remember I was passing Bishop Museum when I said amen. Their new building. I was passing that new building when I said amen. And as soon as I said amen, all the heat got sucked out of the front passenger window. This is one of those 14 passenger vans, right? It just got sucked out the passenger window. And I let out a sigh of relief. And then, on its way out, it smacked the back of my van, or something smacked the back of my van so hard that I started fishtailing down the freeway. Okay, terrified again. Cannot stop driving. Cannot control myself. I'm in autopilot mode. By the time I come back to my senses, I'm on the Like highway in the forest, and all the lights are off. And I'm like, "Brah, I'm not pulling over into the pitch black in the forest. Are you kidding me?" I call up my brother and I call up my dad, and I'm like, "Guys, you guys need to do me a favor. You guys, let's go to the bar tonight. Let's go somewhere tonight. I can't go home. I can't come home. I have something following me and I can't bring it home, you know." So we go to Como Mai's, up by Times in Kaneohe. My dad wakes up, my brother wakes up, you know, good on them, and we drank until like 3 or 4 in the morning. Um, while we were drinking, I'm asking my dad what the hell. Oh, you know what? I'm like, what the hell's going on? My dad wanted to know what was going on, and I'm like, I told him what happened, and I'm like, why is this happening? Why did it happen? And I started grilling him. I'm like, what kind of Hawaiian are we? What kind of Hawaiian we come from? And my dad didn't know. It's something that we weren't really taught. We were always told that we were kawa. Kawa, like the lower class, the dirty, the untouchables, the ones that, the dirty ones. And so that's what I thought we were. And I'm still trying to figure it out. And I showed my dad the tattoo, and I told him what happened, and it was burning. And he touches it. My tattoo is still burning from the touch. He puts a bottle of beer, ice cold, on my tattoo for like 10 seconds, takes it off, and it's still burning from the touch. It only stops burning when the sun comes up. So yeah, I call up my boss when the sun comes up, and I tell him, like, Chris, I don't know if I can do this job anymore. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, I told him what happened, and I'm like, so I can deal with ghosts, but I cannot deal with gods. And Chris gave me some good advice. Chris told me, he's like, Joe, I understand you're scared. I understand all of this. I'll give you a few days off as long as you need. But remember, if you quit, you're running away. And just because you're running away doesn't mean that they're going to stop following you. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's good, thanks. So I took a few days off, and I'm really thinking about it. And I'm like, I love this job. I love doing ghost stories. As you can tell, this was in 2008, right? This happened on Tuesday, June 10th, 2008. Okay, that's how much the memory burned into my mind. Also, because 3 days later, my boss calls me. He tells me the other guides, Uncle Joe and Robert, were out off island, and he has a sold-out tour, and I'm the only one that can do it for him. He's like, you let me know if you can do this tour. If not, I gotta cancel it and refund everybody. He said, I'll tell you what, Joe, I'll even hire my friend who's a kahuna to be your backup driver. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds good. But of all the days for a sellout tour, 2 vans, yeah, it was Friday the 13th. I'm like, you fricka, But he's right. And you know what? He's trying to help me. He hired his friend who's a kahuna to come and be my backup driver. And so I went ahead and I did the tour. In fact, I think my friend Buddy came on that tour. God rest his soul. Yeah, with Kahuna Pahia. I met her. She was really nice, but I thought she was kind of strange because she's always about love and that kind of stuff. And then I thought, like we get to a haunted place. There's stuff happening, right? And she starts telling the ghost she loves the ghost. I love you. You're okay. Come, give me a hug. It's going to be all right. And, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to tell one scary story, and she's over there. Oh, come. Auntie love you. Auntie give you a hug. Come here. Aole pilikia. Come here. To the ghost, I realize she's a kahuna of love. She marries people and that kind of stuff, and that's kind of her deal, her kuleana, right? So I found that out after. But so we get to the Kaneohe Morgan's Corner, Aloha Road. Start walking up, telling the stories, that kind of stuff. And right, the first spot where I stop and I tell the story of a young girl that was murdered. This is a road that has been closed off since the 90s, okay? Like concrete barriers blocking off the road. So why is there a dead chicken in the exact spot that I usually stand in to tell the ghost story? I'm like, Heavy D, I don't know that name, Heavy D, but I think Buddy, West Coast. He's from Waina. Yeah, he lived West Coast for a while, but I knew him when he lived Kahalu. Yeah, way too soon, that guy. Way too soon. But like, I get over there and there's a dead chicken, yeah? Right over there, and I'm like, frick. And I can hear in my head, like, not like here, but I can see this freaking spirit just laughing at me, yeah, because that whole chicken reference, earlier that week. Like, he thinks it's funny that there's a dead rooster, and I'm also near the rooster, so it's a little significant for me. But I looked at the chicken, I poked it with a stick, I pushed it over, and like, I was looking as to how this chicken died. I swear to God, this chicken ran over there to the exact spot I stand in and dropped dead. There was no puncture marks, there was no blood, there was no feathers ruffled, nothing. I'm like, dude, that's... Ugh. So we continue the tour. We get to the last site, and all I tell this kahuna is that I had stuff that happened to me previously this week, and it really scared me. I didn't tell her anything about the god of war or Ku or any of that, right? I'm like, I had an experience over here with something, and it shook me up. And she's like, okay, well, I'll help you. She's like, let me help you. So we get out of the van. She walks down the trail by herself. No flashlight, nothing. Doing the oli, chanting, that kind of stuff. She's walking down the trail all by herself. And we're all standing outside the gate. I decided to do my stories out there for everybody because I don't like go back inside there, right? And halfway through one of the stories, I'm starting to get a little worried because Auntie never came back yet. And then the story's done, and I'm about to grab my light and go look for her. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just sent her out there where there is a Hawaiian god of war that demands human sacrifice. What did I get her into? So I'm right about ready to start walking down there. And I see her walking back. She's walking back. She looks upset. And she looks at me and she asks me, so, can you tell me why Kukailimoku is back here and why he's mad at you? Oh, brah. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, that's Kukailimoku back there. And he's mad at you. I'm like, I don't know. She's like, he told me you forsook him. I'm like, I forsook him? She's like, yeah, you forsook him. That's what he's telling me. I'm like, Auntie, to be honest, I never know he was real. I never know he was real till Tuesday. You know what I mean? I thought he was just like, yeah, blah, 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 story, Hawaiian gods, that kind of stuff. I never know he was real till Tuesday. She's like, no, he said you stopped worshiping him. I'm like, Auntie, I never know he was real. And she's like, oh, okay, maybe in a past life. Maybe something like that. And I'm like, okay, kahunas get all mystical and stuff, right? And so I'm like, okay, maybe in a past life. And then she starts like screaming, like not loud, but screaming like she's in pain and contorting and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not even sure if this Wahine this lady at this point is legit or not, because I had not known her and I just thought she was very strange. Following up after I talked to her, we got to know each other more over the months and stuff, and she is freaking awesome, I tell you. So she starts, like, her arms start contorting and her hands and her fingers and all of that, and she's like, my finger is sore, my finger is sore. What is this? I'm getting a sign, I'm getting a message. And I'm like, oh, Auntie, relax, She's like, no, I'm getting a message. My pinky is sore. And I'm like, okay. She's like, show me your pinky on your right hand. And so I'm like, okay, what the hell, why not? And so I show her my pinky on my right hand. Ooh, look at that ghostly hand over there. And her finger was bent the same way. Yeah. See how mine is bent? She looks at my finger. This is normal, right? Hold on, everybody. Yeah, normal. My finger's bent. And she, she's like, same as mine. Look, and she shows me her pinky is bent too. She's like, that's where it's sore. That's a sign. And I'm like, that's a sign. Okay. I'm like, what is it a sign of? I'm still kind of thinking, she's like, your family used to break bones. And I'm like, Auntie, I broke my finger when I was like, 7 or 8 years old. I caught the baseball without a glove and my pinky broke. I remember because I ran home, looked at the first aid kit we had, and I put one popsicle stick and I would tape them to my finger. Nobody was home. Mom came home. She's like, what is that? I'm like, I think I broke my finger. I've come to find out I did. But I'm like, sports injury. Plenty of people have it, right? And she's like, no, it's a curse. And I'm like, no, it's a sports injury, Auntie. Relax. She's like, no, it's a curse. I'm like, sports injury. And she's like, she just smiles at me like I'm a kindergartner. And she's like, okay, so how did your dad get his? And I'm like, basketball? Same hand, same finger? I'm like, yeah. What about the male members of your family? Anybody else get that? And I'm like, oh, my cousin get one too. From football, I think. She's like, yeah. Only the male members of your family, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, because it's a curse. And I'm like, oh, damn. Maybe she's onto something. She said, your family used to break bones. Okay, that's one frog. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think my family was kawa. And she's like, maybe your family, maybe their bones were broken then. Maybe that's what I'm getting. And I'm like, anyway, she's like, either way, we've made peace. I made peace with him for you. You can continue doing the tour. He's not gonna mess with you. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you. And the presence was gone, and it felt lighter and all of that. And I continued doing the tours. And I'm like, oh, that was one hell of a story. That was one hell of a thing. But it continues. A few months later, about a month or two later, ending of summer, we get a call from Bishop Museum, right? Bishop Museum is going to take my great-grandfather's cane out of storage. So Bishop Museum was given this cane by my great-grandmother after my great-grandfather died. My great-grandfather, I believe, was a police officer, and upon his retirement, he got this walking stick. I think the stick had like a coin of Prince Kuhio or something on the top. But I was told that, we were told that great-grandpa would talk to this stick all the time and speak to it in Hawaiian like it was a person, and he would take it everywhere with him like it was a person. And after great-grandpa died, my great-grandmother put it in the back of the closet where it would start pounding on the walls by itself. And she didn't think anything of it, but then it tried to start a fire, and there was smoke coming out of the closet. And she's like, nope, I'm giving this cursed stick to where all the cursed things belong. I'm giving it to Bishop Museum. Aloha, how's it? The blue light going off, sweet. Can you make the light turn green? You're like, shut up, I do what I like. Could you make the light turn green, or any of the lights? Okay. That's my request. I'll continue with the story. Mahalo. And so we go over there. They take it out of storage, and we're going to look at it. And, all my family knows I do ghost tours and all that. And, I've had these experiences. And so when I grab them, they're expecting, like fireworks or something to happen or something like that. Yeah, Melody, you know all about cursed objects in the museum. And nothing happens. I grab the stick. We got to wear gloves, yeah. Because it's a nice old stick, and so we just kind of pass it from person to person. But that starts a whole research of our genealogy, and we come to find out that we descend from two very important figures. We were told we were kawa, right? We were low class slaves, kind of thing, right? Like, to be friends with us would mean that you would be dirty, kind of thing, right? So, like, we found out that we descend from not only King Kamehameha the Great, but we also descend from his kahuna nui, his high priest, a man named Heva Heva Nui. And Heva Heva Nui and Kamehameha the Great were the two people whose responsibility it was to worship and take care of Kukailimoku, the god of war, who demanded human sacrifice. Oh, I heard that. I heard a little like that. Bruh, that was too loud. Look here. Sorry, I know there's somebody there and I just blinded you. Hey, Kalamai. That reminds me, I shared that story. The last time I shared... Oh, they're close. They are close. Wow. The last time I shared that story, I pushed myself to the limit. Yeah. No. Maybe more. But it sounded like the last time I told that story, I had a ho'okupu. I walked down Judd Trail, just to the bottom of the trail. I set up by myself in the pitch black, and I left the offerings next to me. It had food inside of it. Like I could reach out and touch it. And as I'm telling the story, you heard the smacking of lips. These guys was eating the ho'okupu. Now I'll tell you, one of the spirits that tags along with me, maybe he's a hiccup, sorry. Maybe he's a guardian, maybe he's a guide. Um, but he's cool, right? So it's kind of weird that I heard that same noise, like smacking of lips, right next to me. Because there was last time that was cool, and another one eating the ho'okupu. In fact, Uilani, you tasted the ho'okupu, as did Mickey. You guys had the taste so bad in your mouth, you could have told me. You guys had to brush your teeth. Are you the one turning the lights on and off? Maybe you want a s'more. I'll tell you what, you want a s'more, make the lights go off. I like to see green. You want me to make you a s'more? I'll make you a s'more. Make the green lights on the rope lights. Make the green on the rope lights go off. Or the REM pod. I'll tell you the order. Blue, red, green. Okay? You make it go blue, red, green. I'll make you a s'more. Or the blue lights on the rope. Oh, and the kava. Yeah. I wonder what they think of the mosquito punk I get over here. Bro, the whole mosquito punk is almost power rated. That's how long it... Okay, you can click and make that noises, but just not behind me, please. Just please don't make the clicking noises behind me. Okay. So once again, all you gotta do is, or you can put several of the lights, not all of them, on the rope lights to blue. Or, what was it? Green, no, blue, I forget the order. It's blue, red, green. Yeah, there you go. Blue, red, green. Then I'll go ahead and make kava. Make more. Sorry. I never bring kava. I'm not that brave. But yeah. Here's a little view of the river. Yeah. I gotta be careful with the stories that I share. I don't want to share scary stories. Because, yeah, when we talk about them, they come. I'd rather not have that. Thank you. Not the scarier stories. Maybe when I'm next to my car, I will, right? But I don't even have a car here. I gotta call up my son, come pick me up. Or Matt if he's still awake. Wow. I'm gonna start packing this up over here. Bruh. Hold on 1 second, TikTok. I like these babooses. You guys can still hear me on TikTok. I like these people. Joe, when are you going live? It's 9:15. I'm sorry, I had to switch over on my TikTok phone. So if you guys can still hear me, that's awesome. Gotta do them on the other one and it'll work. And it doesn't work, yeah. Oh. realize I've been sitting in this chair for several hours now, cooking dinner and all of that stuff. Yes, I love the stories. What kind of story should I tell next? Can I do one? I know on my other phone I could. Oh, there you go. Ask your community. Ha! There you go. Doing one poll now on Facebook. I don't have a Maui story. I have not been to Maui very often. Like, I think I've been Maui once with my sister. And that was just for the day because it was on the cruise ship. And then once when my son was born. I do know, like, so we went Maui. No, I stayed with my cousin one time and we just drank and drank because he lived right by the beach. And it was kind of scary because we was drinking and then we walked to the beach to go swim, me and my cousin. And I didn't want to go in the water. And I love going in the water. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to go in the water. It felt like there was something in the water. And it's always kind of creepy to me. Let's see if I can do one poll on TikTok. I don't know how. Interact. Hey, poll. There you go. Unlock poll. I cannot do the poll on TikTok yet. I need to go live 2 more days. A happy story or educational one. Oh, I got those too. Nobody like Calpe stories. Hey Malia, how's it? Hey Malia, so Malia, you gotta follow me because I've been live since 7:30 and I went live at 5:30 and I went live at like 4 o'clock. I've been setting up camp over here. It just, to me, it felt like there was something in the water on Maui and I didn't want to go. Okay, we'll give the poll. Oh, it's only been 1 minute. Okay. I don't know how to make this bugger smaller. No. I show you the camp, but it's dark right now. Oh, bruh, no whistles, please. I don't like hearing whistles, please. Why did I hear a whistle? Ooh, H3 story. I can tell one. I get one fast one of H3. Actually, Faye had a story about H3 just recently, if she's still here. One of my favorite stories was yeah, I'm not worried about Calpe. I'm never worried about him. Thank you for the follow, guys, and the lightning bolt. Right on. So one of the stories I love to tell when we would go to the Pali Lookout and we're standing at the lookout on the tour as we're looking over H3, when I would share this story. I always like this story. I don't know where it was written. I think it was either Glenn Grant or Rick Carroll. It was yeah. Oh, by the way, like and share and subscribe and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Mahalo. So like sorry, brain fart. So there was this gentleman, this guy, he was a businessman, right? And he was driving home from Townside to Kaneohe one night, right? Just got off work, maybe 10 o'clock at night or so. He's driving through the tunnel, he gets out of the tunnel. He's not speeding, but the cop pulls him over, right? There's a cop up there, right at the end of the tunnel, pulls him over. So the cop pulls him over. He gets out of the car. You know, the cop gets out of the car, walks up to the window. He's like, "Excuse me, sir. You know why I pulled you over, right?" I'm like, the guy's like, "I don't know, officer. I don't think I was speeding." The cop's like, "No, you weren't speeding, but you know, you were doing fine. But I'm gonna have to write you up because you can't, you got to put your kids in their seatbelt. You got to put the seatbelts on the kids. We can't have them jumping around the back seat and playing and stuff like that. I got to write you up for that. You know, he's like, that's very dangerous, especially here on H3. The guy looks at the officer. He's like, officer, what are you talking about? He's like, the kids in your back seat. They drove by. I saw them playing and jumping and everything all around the back. You can't do that. He's like, officer, I don't have any children. The cop shines a light in the back seat, turns white and says, I'm sorry, have a nice night. Walks back to his car, drives away. The guy's like, brah. He's like, that was weird. He drives home, you know. He gets home, gets into his garage, and he's reaching into the back seat where his suitcase is. And as he looks into the back seat, he sees little handprints and little footprints all over the windows from the inside of the car. So apparently it was children, yeah, playing around. That's not that scary though, because like, oh, green. I didn't see it. Red, blue, red, green. No. Okay, Kamapua'a story it is. Creepy kids. Now for me, like I missed it. I saw red and then I saw green. Did I see blue too? Did you guys see it on the live? I know I get the chat on top of it. I'm sorry. Hanaho, I'll be looking and staring at it for the next 30 seconds and not at my devices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I didn't see the blue light. Yeah. Okay. I made them a promise that if I see the lights on the REM pod go blue, green, and red, I'll go make them on s'more, yeah. So, okay, and Po. We're going to do Kamapua'a and Night Marcher and other. Ooh, I got a good other too. So, hey, no worries, Cheryl. How's it? You heard whistling again. Yeah, I know. I hear whistling, bro. It's so, I don't know what the hell, man. And it's coming from the left side. I'm sure there are houses or something on the right. Maybe, you know, I turn off the light. I don't see any lights on the right side. It might be just the road. Or close to the road. Okay, so, this is Kamapua'a story. This is my favorite one. I got a bunch of them, but I'll go tell one Kamapua'a story. 13 Turns. You know that one. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that one. 13 Turns is a road in Maunawili. I call it 13 Turns, but there's more than 13 turns over there. It's Auloa Road. Auloa Road used to go across the Pali, yeah? Before the Pali Highway was built. That was the Pali kind of thing, yeah? Hey, Jessica. Aloha. How's it? And so, we went ghost hunting one night. I was done with the ghost tour, Paro ghost tour. So I'll pick up Obake, I'll pick up Sereno, and I'll pick up Jen, yeah? I'll pick up Obake, Jen, and Sereno. And we just cruising around. We go Makapu. We go look at that heiau over by Makapu, check them out, you know. We drive through Wamanalo, go ghost hunting, looking for dark spots. You know, just anywhere where Mike get ghosts. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's go check out this place. Here's a place that I went to when I was, you know, high school days. We used to do stupid stuff. Hold on. I smell I don't know if I'm smelling the mosquito punk. I'm smelling something burning. No, not anymore. That's good. And so, little kid, not little kid, high school days, we went over this one place because we were stupid. I don't know what the hell's going on with my device over here. I think someone's texting me. Um, if you guys are hearing that, that's just my Samsung phone going off. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked over here. Show me the green light to amp me up again. Yeah. I see the REM pod green light go off and it's like, continue, hurry up, continue the story. And so, like, we went over there, and it's a dark, scary road with a lot of turns, in nature, trees everywhere. One side is a drop-off. Unfortunately, it's very, hey, Rachel, the lights went off, right on. I'm watching them now. Unfortunately, a lot of people dump their rubbish over there on that road. It's so pilau, you know. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit so the other phone can get all the lights, too. I heard a guy. Yes, that's a car on the pulley. So, yeah. So we went over there, just being stupid kids, you know what I mean? There was one fire hydrant, we went paint them pink with black polka dots for some strange reason, you know? I don't know. Was dumb. So I figure we go back over there. We're looking for the fire hydrant. I was wondering if they were still painted. Anyway, we get out. We find one of the little places that you can pull over to the side of the road and park. So we pulled over to the side, parked. Obake and Sereno got out, started walking around, taking pictures with their, you know, this is back in like 2000, maybe 9, 10, 11. This is back when you go ghost hunting. The best equipment you have is your Canon camera with the flash, and you catch orbs, and you zoom in and you see pictures and orbs, and you know, stuff like that, faces and smiles and all kinds, you know. And so they were out looking for that. Meanwhile, I get out of the car. Jen is in the car. Jen is a psychic. She's a psychic chick from New York. She don't know much about Hawaii, but she's really sensitive, really psychic. And so I get out, and I'm like, hey, how come why don't you come out too? She's like, oh, I'm okay in here. So I get out, and I feel something there. Mind you, it's all pitch black. I don't know any history, any stories about this road that clearly wasn't there in the old Hawaiian days, right? And so I'm over there, and I'm like, all right, I feel something. And I'm walking around the car, and I feel, and it feels scary. It feels like, you know, like okay, so I'm trying to remember the order of the events. So I remember I went to go smoke a cigarette. I jumped on the back of my trunk, and I was sitting down smoking a cigarette, trying to feel what this thing was. I'm still kind of learning how to use my psychic gift and how to feel and that kind of thing, right? And I feel, and the words that come up, that come straight forward, foremost is primordial, hunter, ancient, like older than mankind, ancient, right? These kind of things that I'm like, what the hell is that? And it's scary, all right? It's like, no, I wasn't sitting on the back. I wasn't sitting on the trunk yet. So I feel that as I walk around the car smoking a cigarette, and then I go open the door. I'm like, Jen, why don't you come outside? And I'm like, there's something out here. She's like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm not going outside. I'm like, what is it? She's like, I don't know, but it's. And then she says the same words that jumped on my mind, and I'm like, what? She's like, it's something primordial. It's a hunter, and it's ancient. It's like an animal. Hey, Chris Jarvis. Aloha. How's it? So, like, brah, those are the same words I had. She's like, oh, yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's felt like a very, very old spirit that hunted. That was like an assassin. Not an assassin, but it hunted for fun. Like an animal. But like not a person ghost spirit, but like an animal spirit that's much, much, much older. You know, and it was like, brah, it felt scary. Oh, green and then orange and then green. Mahalo. It felt scary. And so I'm like, okay. I do the ghost tours. I gotta be brave. So I walk back. This is when I sit on the back of my trunk, continue smoking my cigarette. I'm like, I go be brave. I go be brave. You know. And then all of a sudden, in the bushes next to me on my right, something like lunges at me. All you hear is the bushes shaking and something running towards me. Holy moly, bro! My stomach would jump up into my throat, or my heart would jump into my throat. Me, tail between my legs. I jump in the car next to Jen. I'm like, brah, what the hell is that? What the hell is that outside? It just would jump out at me. And Jen's like, yeah, stay inside here. Better. And then she's like looking in front of us. This thing is behind us. And she's looking in front of us like she's squinting. Green. Blue, red. Red, blue, blue, red, green. Okay. After the story, I go make you one s'more, okay? And so, she's looking in front of us now. She's like, oh, somebody else is here. And I'm like, oh, great. No s'more? I might make myself another one then. I will leave you half, okay? Green yes, red no. Brah, that doesn't help. How about if I leave them over here for a little while and then I eat them when we pow? So no more opala, no more rubbish. Sound good? So I'll have half and I'll leave the other half here for a little while. Okay, how about I don't make a s'more at all? How about that? Green yes, red no. I'm going to continue the story. I talking to the ghost, don't mind me. Yeah, I know, Joy. It's like, brah, ask them a question and they say yes and no at the same time. I think that was a no, but hurry up and continue the story. So, she's looking up, and that was weird. Sorry, YouTube, I got disconnected. I think I'm back. If you guys can hear me on YouTube, say yes, or let me know. Oh, that was weird. I've never had that happen before. What the hell's going on? It's focusing. Okay, thank you. You guys can hear me. So she was looking up ahead, and she's like, there's somebody else here. He's up ahead, right on top of the embankment, and he's staring right at us. And I'm like, oh, is he good? Is he bad? She's like, I don't know. He's just looking at us. And then she's like, the other thing left. She's like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, what the hell is what? She's like, that guy has a pig's head. Mind you, this chick is from New York, right? That guy has a pig's head. And I'm like, pig's head? And I'm not going to give it away. And I'm like a guy wearing a pig's head? She's like, no. His body is a man, but his head is a pig. I can see his nostrils flaring. I can see the hair bristling and moving. This is not just a pig's head. This is the head of a pig on a human's body. And he's just looking at us. And I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah. What the hell? And I just start laughing. I'm like, that's Kamapua'a. She's like, who? That's one of the demigods. In fact, his side of the island we're on. His side of the island's the windward side. You know, she's like, well, whoever it is, he came to protect you. And I'm like, oh, that is sweet. He's like, yeah, he scared the thing away and the thing left. And so that was a trip, right? And then we drive up, then I tell Obaki and Joe, bruh, I need some caffeine after that. So we over Maunawili, we go drive down 7-Eleven Kailua, right? Go pick up one green tea and stuff. Like, brah, what the hell? And tell them what happened and all that. Show us some orbs they got, you know. But like, then we're over there, we're like, all right, what are we gonna do now? And I'm like, brah, let's go back 13 turns. Knowing already that's a bad idea, right? I'm like, let's go back 13 turns. And so we go back 13 turns. As we're driving through Maunawili, however, I go into one of the dips between the residential areas, and in front of me appears, out of thin air, this giant white pig who's as tall as the hood of my car. All right, this thing was about a good 3 feet tall, maybe. This huge white pig, and this bugger is sauntering. Okay, this guy is walking like he owns the road. This big white pig is just cruising. I slammed my brakes on. That's how fast it appears in front of me. This thing wasn't running; it was just cruising. Right? I slammed my brakes on. Obaki's like, "Holy, did you see that?" And I'm like, "See what?" He's like, "The white pig." I'm like, "Bro, you saw that too?" He's like, "Yeah, I swear I went right through the thing, but there was no thunk, there was no dunk." We looked around, there was nothing there. Nothing. But Obake, who's in the front seat, saw that white pig. I saw that white pig. We realized maybe this is not a good place to go. So, yeah, we just drove by. And then it was power. We went home. So that's one of my Kamapua'a stories. That's one of the ones I liked. Did the Uhane enjoy it? How about the Mo'o, or the Akua, or the Kupuna, or the Kupua, or Akua? Many different types of spirits over here. What about the Lapu? No bite Mia. Also, I'm sorry, if you're still here, I saw a comment earlier if I had any stories about the West Side. I do, somewhat, but not very much. I just remembered that now. Not very much stories about the West Side. Sorry, brother. I completely forgot. That was like half an hour ago. Maybe or more. Oh, man, I gotta stretch. This chair is so comfortable. Ooh, wow. Okay, so. What was the other story? Night Marcher story. You know, I don't have that many Night Marcher stories. I don't have many personal ones. Because whenever there's Night Marchers, bro, we get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? You hear drums? We gone. We aloha oi. Also, spirits, I'm feeling that you guys don't want to s'more. But if you do, let me know. I know you guys, the proper lights went off, but I'm feeling that you don't want one. I don't think I want one right now either. If you're not going to stay on live, at least try to record me sleeping. I don't know if I want to watch that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my voice recorder and record me sleeping. I don't know if that's going to work though. Because I'm going to toss and turn and you're going to hear the tent doing this all night. You're going to hear the tent just moving around all night. Ever seen a mo'o? The kind of spirits? No, I have not. But I know people who have. Sorry. The question, have you ever seen a mo'o? The light turned green. Are you a mo'o? Well, aloha. The mo'o are they're amazing guardians and protectors, yeah? No more mosquitoes right now. That would be a better idea, Joy. Thank you. Leave it on the rock. Yeah, that'll be cool. Thank you. So, Night Marcher story first, and then I'll tell you another story. I want to go tell you. Okay, sound good? Mahalo. Night Marcher story. This one was a story shared to me by a security guard. I really need more Night Marcher stories, though. Yeah, the pump needed to kick in. I really need more Night Marcher stories. You know what I go do? I go hang them from the tree. Yeah, that's a good idea. I go hang this stuff from the tree. I heard a gecko click when the light turned green. Yeah, there's mo'o here. I read they can look like lizard to as big as a dragon. Yeah, Mo'ili ili ka mo'ili ili. That ridge over there. What's that ridge called? St. Louis Heights or Va'ahila Ridge. It's supposed to be a mo'o. It's supposed to be a giant sleeping mo'o. Yeah. And Mo'ili ili is the mo'o's tail. So anyway, yeah, night marchers. This guy is security guard at Iolani Palace one night, back when Iolani Palace was open till 10. Oh, those are the days, Ooh, yeah, shotgun night marcher stories. I'll do that one after. Hey, tell Corey I said hi, yeah? Chinaman's hat is part of the mo'o, right? Mokoli'i or something, or if I get one of the islands mixed up. It's the tip of the tail, right? After Hi'iaka would fight with him and cut off the tail, throw him in the water. That's Chinaman's hat. So this guy shared a story that his grandpa had shared with him, right? This happened on the North Shore. Yellow, blue, and red, and green. Bro, look at this thing. This bugger is going off tonight, man. Okay, they're like, hurry up, continue the story. Quit being sidetracked, because they're not seeing you guys' comments. All they hear is me talking to myself. They think I'm pupuli. And yes, happy mental health month too. I saw that on the chat on TikTok earlier. He said back in, this is his grandpa's story, yeah? Back in the old days in Laie side and North Shore side, no more lights, yeah? I always like sharing this part too. It kind of paints the picture of how it used to be. No more street lights, no more nothing. The rule of thumb was nobody can leave the house after it's dark, because there were so many spirits that wandered around, and so many evil spirits that wandered around the area, right? And so, sorry, it's distracting a little bit. That's awesome. Sorry. Joy, that's awesome. Corey, that's awesome. So happy, bro. I'm sorry, you'll make noise behind me. I'm gonna look with the light, alright? Aole pilikia. Sorry if I blinded you, but yeah, a little sneaking up behind me. So the kupuna, the elders, would go outside sometimes at night on the trails. They would walk up and down the trails with a switch of bamboo, and they would just walk up and down chanting and waving it in the air like a bamboo shredded into little pieces, you know. The little kid back then, you naughty, you get the switch on the okole, right? And when they come back, it would be like covered in blood, yeah? Emma, aloha Emma, and Kawai Lehua. How's it? How's it? So glad you guys are joining us tonight. Hi, Kai. Thank you for joining us, yeah? Emma, let me know. Emmeline, let me know if you hear anything, yeah? That, I don't. I've noticed a lot of people who, yeah, I'm sure you know. When people don't have the gift of sight, they have a very strong gift of hearing, yeah? Suzette, aloha. Katie, hi. Sorry, middle of the story. So they would walk up and down the trails, and they'd wave the switch around and yelling in Hawaiian or chanting and stuff like that. And when they come back, it would be covered in blood from all the evil spirits they'd hit. Or maybe the mosquitoes, who knows, right? But it was said to be all the mosquitoes that they hit. He said his story, the grandpa's story, was one afternoon, him and his haole friend, Kama'aina boy, you know, local boy, born and raised, white guy, not Hawaiian blood. They was at Laie Point before all the houses were over there, right? And so they're talking story at Laie Point, they're chatting, and it gets really intense, their conversation, yeah? That they forget the rule. As the sun starts setting, they don't leave. They don't notice that the sun starts setting until all of a sudden the sun had set. Everybody else at Laie Point that was there is now gone, and it's just them two left, and they realize it's getting dark fast. And so this is how I remember the guy telling the story. They decided to book it, to walk. They had to walk, yeah, all the way back to their house. And as they're walking back to their house, they see a row of torches in front of them at some distance ahead. And they watch this row of torches get closer and closer and closer to them. And the row of torches turn into Hawaiian men wearing the malos, carrying these big spears and these ancient Hawaiian weapons. Very clearly, very distinctly, they could see them, right? And of course, the grandpa, who's actually a young boy at this time, knows already these are the night marchers. These are the Huakai Po. Follow protocol. So the protocol he was taught: take off all of his clothes and stand. Now see, I've never heard that before, because the story is you're supposed to take all of your clothes and lie face down on the ground, right? But he told his friend, this is what he was told: take off all your clothes and stand. And so this warrior came up to them and asked them in Hawaiian, what is your name? So they told him his family name in Hawaiian, and that warrior went down the row repeating the name to each of the warriors until finally one nodded his head. He's asking if there is anybody here who is related to this boy. So the warrior comes back and in Hawaiian tells him, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. The warrior tells him, close your eyes and don't open your eyes until you stop, until you don't hear us anymore, right? So he follows the directions. He closes his eyes and minutes go by, and then finally there's silence. He opens his eyes up again and his friend is no longer there. His friend is missing. Only his clothes are left behind. And the thing is, they never found him. They looked for him, and they looked for him, but you're only going to look so much. They already knew what happened to him, right? They already knew that he was taken with the night marchers. Bibi, aloha. Kayla, aloha. How's it? Katie, how's it, Katie? Yeah, but yeah, that was one of the night marcher stories. The way he told it, I could picture it. It was so cool. I go tell another story. It's kind of scarier. I hope it doesn't conjure anything, because I don't want to have to deal with that tonight. Because I like to tell a story about the flying thing. If you think that's a bad idea, this is to the ancestors, to the mo'o, to the spirits. If you think that's a bad idea, I don't want to invite this kind of stuff in here to your home. Set the red light off 3 times. Make the red light blink 3 times in the next 2 minutes. And that'll be a sign for me not to tell this story. I'm hearing, now we protectors. Nothing coming here. Yeah. Yeah, you know this story. I like this story. It's a spooky story. I'm gonna stretch. I'll show you guys my campsite. Of course, if the light goes off, the red light goes off 3 times, we're not going to see it, huh? Yeah. I don't like move. Whoop. Hello there. Where are you going? Somebody waved their hand. Hi. Out of my tent. Like, yeah, no, we're not sleeping in there tonight, guys. Whoa. Hello there, TikTok. You guys found the ground. Sorry, this thing just got loose all of a sudden, and I don't know why. Hey, I liked my live apparently by dropping my phone. Sweet. What is this? Oh, look, the shell. The one shell right there. I never even noticed them. Oh, I'll get plenty. How did I not notice this? I've been here the whole time. And the white side is sticking up. Clam. Yep, there you go. Clam, not shell. Yeah. Clam. Okay, clam. All right. I'll feel the story then. When I was doing the tour before, Oahu Ghost Tours, this guy on the tour asked me, he said he was hunting one time, and he came across this place that he didn't know what it was. He said it looked like it could have been a heiau, which for you newbies is an ancient Hawaiian temple, right? Made of rock walls and all of that kind of stuff. So he told me where it was, and he asked me, what is that? And I'm like, I didn't even know that was there. This is on Kaneohe side, driving up the Pali. Right off on the side in one of these places, you park and walk for literally 10 seconds down the hill, and you come across these old rock walls. And so of course we go check them out, right? Plenty of mosquitoes over there. But there's these old rock walls over there, like a rectangle, not broken, right? I went there one night. The first night I went there with Robert to scope out potential new site. Yeah, because it's I don't know what's there, so we check them out first. And bro, you could feel the eyeballs. You could feel the eyeballs over there. Well, if the clam was just put there, mahalo, thank you. I'm not sure if that's a little offering. If that's not why are you giving me offerings? Ole. Oh, sorry. I'm feeling that I've been working all day. Sunflower seeds from the ocean. Okay, back to what I was saying. So we checked it out, and you could feel like while we're walking around down there, checking out the place, it felt like somebody was looking at you and watching you. It literally, to me, what it felt like to me was what I thought it was a homeless guy that was living in the bush, because of all the rubbish that people dump over there. There were clothes. There was a mess. It would look like a homeless camp, and I thought there was a homeless guy that was living over there. No, just people go over there to dump their rubbish. So pilau, so dirty over there. Ugh. But maybe it's meant to be. I don't know. So that was that. I took Uncle Joe there in the daytime. He showed me this pohaku, this rock outside of the rock walls, and told me don't take people here because this rock was used for human sacrifice. Then he went to show me where the head would go, where the knees would go, and he showed me all the places where the axe was struck, or the rock was chipped from another rock, or an axe or a spear, stabbing them through the head or the neck, that kind of stuff, right? He showed me that rock. So naturally, I bring Obake then back, right? Obake, Sereno, and Jen on a different night. We driving up, I decided to check it out, right? So none of them want to get out of the car. It's not that they were scared, it's just they had so much mosquitoes. So they actually did get out of the car, but they didn't walk down. I borrowed Obake's camera, and I wanted to show them a picture, because the first time I went down there, I noticed something very strange. There was a pohaku, this big rock. Big rock. It had a hala tree growing over the rock. And the hala tree grows like tipia, so it's like a mangrove, I think. Right, so it grew literally like a triangle teepee over this big pohaku. This rock was probably about, let's see, maybe a little smaller than this rock, but it was much higher, much taller, maybe about 2 feet, 2 to 2 feet higher than this rock. It was kind of a big rock. Yeah. So they had this hollow tree growing over the rock. The rock was inside of the rock walls, and there were tea leaf plants growing around the rock. And to me, that tea leaf plants like that is purposeful. There's a reason why the tea leaf was planted like that. Tea leaf, it's it's a root. Yeah, that's how it grows. It's not the kind where the wind go pick up the flower, the seeds and blow them. No, it's a root. The root falls down a cliff and it roots where it lands, kind of thing. But this was all around the rock and just around the rock. No other tea leaves in the area, none. So I thought it was kind of weird. Anyway, I went down there to show them, take a picture of the rock and show them, and to my horror, I find there is no rock that night. The rock was gone. This big rock, like this big, was missing. The hollow tree, people did sacrifice to the to the god of war, Kukailimoku. But that was male human sacrifice, not trying the kind virgin in the volcano. No, it was male. But that area could have been from that as well. Uncle Joe told me he thinks that was a place where people were sacrificed, but it felt different. It felt like a prison, all right? So you have this rock, and as we know, there is life in the rock, there is death in the rock, right? So the rock has a spirit in it. Now, they put the rock there, or maybe the rock landed there. They built a rock square around it to enclose it and to keep it in. They planted tea leaf, which is sacred, around it. Now, you plant tea leaf around your house to keep all the bad out. You keep anything or the good in, or you plant the tea leaf to keep the bad in. You know, it's kind of like, it acts like a wall, is how I've been taught. And then you have the hollow tree growing over it. You know what I mean? This is a very clear, several layers of trying to keep something in there. And so when the rock was gone, I was a little worried. You know, my theory was that it was meant to keep an evil spirit in there, right? So we're over there, and I go back up. I take a picture of where the rock used to be, and noises. Is that ghosts? Is that a car? They call them mine. Sorry. I think that was a car. Lancelot. Mahalo, mahalo. So I go back up to show them the picture of the rock that's missing. And I tell them, bro, this rock was gone. Look. And as I'm showing them, and then, you know, they're like, oh, how does it feel down there? Obake asked me, how does it feel down there? And I'm like, you know, compared to the last time I was here with Robert at night, this place is super calm. This place is really calm, really quiet. It feels like there's nothing here. And as soon as I said that, there was a loud whistle above our heads. Now, we are in the forest. There's no houses there, right? It's closer to St. Stephen's, but that's down. There's nothing there. And there was a whistle, like a person whistle, clearly direct, like above us, from the trees above us. And oh, bro, we was like, oh, nope, screw this. We all bowed our heads and started praying. We held hands, bowed our heads, and we were in a circle, and we were saying the Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And brah, we was praying and praying and praying, and like halfway through the prayer, that whistle comes again, closer, much, like literally right above our heads, and it's accompanied by this whooshing sound, like boom, 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 boom. And brah, I'm just like, nope, 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 pray, 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 and then by the time we say amen, that thump, thump sound disappeared and it was gone and there was nothing else. We opened up our eyes, looked around, the air was clear, nothing was there, but Sereno was scared. Sereno was looking, when he heard the second whistle, he opened his eyes and he looked up. He saw a woman with these large bat-like wings hovering above us, with this face that was just glaring at us. Just upset, angry, just glaring at us. And then she flew away, is what Sereno said. Now, Sereno's not a scared guy, okay? This guy, he does this kind of stuff by himself, or he did, rest his soul as well. And you know you get old when everybody say dying, you know. He would do this kind of stuff by himself. He had no problem doing that. And so one day I joked with him, and I'm like, bro, we should go back to that place, though. And we was joking around, laughing, catching up, and then he looked at me, he got dead serious. He's like, why? I'm like, because we had that experience. And he's like, yeah, but that was scary. Why would you want to go back there? And he was just dead serious. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe not then, you know. I guess he was really scared. Scott Yee, how's it, my brother? We've been on a few times today. We camping out here by ourselves in the pitch black. Ocean and Orion's mama. How's it? How's it? Oh, my TikTok page has 666 likes. My cutty. Ooh. Well, I get like 3 more flashlights that I never even used yet. And 2 of them are power banks. And I get another power bank over here. And I get 1 headlamp. Bruh. And I get 1 propane stuff. So I'm not, yeah. Oh, Joni, how's it? How's it? No batteries. I don't have room for batteries. I brought a couple batteries, but that's it. My pack wouldn't let me, bro. It was like 35 pounds, and I just managed to get everything in. But yeah, that's the story I like to share over here. Oh man, you had to bring up 666. I don't know if I want to tell that story. Yeah, Mace. But he was scared. I got the heck out of there. Nothing scared that guy. That's right. Wahiwa, right? Bruh, I think I am gonna need it. You know what? I think I'm gonna close my eyes and turn the lights off. But I also have I have a fan inside my tent, and the fan has a light, so I might just use that one. I get plenty lights. I get 1 axe too. Oh, bro, this. No, we're not much mosquitoes, but the light's now attracting termites, yeah. So I get the light facing away from me. So when I had the lights on me, the termites were going to town when I was eating the s'mores. Ooh, brah. I tell you, that was like the best s'more action I've ever had. I like do them again, but so much work and so dirty. You know what? We'll go do them again. I like doing them again. I think this time we're only gonna do 2 or 3. 2 marshmallows, maybe. Turn the lights off. Yeah. I don't need to be scared when I'm by myself, bro. We'll go do some more s'more action. Oh, we'll go do s'more action over here. Some more action. There you go. See? Turn on the lights, now all the bugs stay flying around. It's okay, maybe you guys like s'more too. I mean, I have 8 packs, no, 4 packs of s'more Pop-Tarts. We're going to do them smart this time. Bruh, this thing is weird tonight, man. No, I don't like termites with my s'more action. Thank you. Bruh. Aole. No. Not ghost termites. 666 likes, huh? I'm trying to make it the only one that looks one. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, Melody. Bruh. Oh, hey, REM pod. I tell you what, you can enjoy them while I cooking them, alright? I don't like make mess for you guys and then feed all the bugs and stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, I'm trying to adjust the thing so you guys can all see. Okay, yeah, right on. 1, 2. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to use the stick anymore for marshmallows. Ants everywhere. What about this one? No more ants. Right, I don't know if they're getting excited for the s'mores or if they're warning me not to make s'mores. Maybe the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man will come by, pay a visit. You're like, wait, what? Bruh, come on. Nope. Bruh. Something's going on here. Oh, I know why. Because I loosened this thing up earlier. There you go. How you get TikTok? I thought it was banned in the US. Oh no, it was for like a day. Then he put it. He got it stuck in court. But because it's stuck in court, they can unban him until they decide whether to do it or not. Right? Shucks. Bruh, that REM pod is going off. Okay. Jesus. No s'mores? Okay, I'll tell you what. This thing is still going off. Look at this, look at this. If I can make s'mores, can you go off again? If you don't want me to make s'mores, can you go off again? Bruh, what is going on? This thing was going off for like 30 seconds, non-stop. Sorry, I'm trying to show you guys the action. Bruh, what is... Look him, look him, look him. You guys can hear him, huh? The REM pod is just going off, man. Oh no! I just thought of something. I could put butter on my Pop-Tarts. Bruh. I can spray the butter on my Pop-Tarts. See, if can, join, right on. Yeah, okay, you can hear him, yeah? Oh no. Oh, too much. Okay, we'll move this a little closer. Okay, smoke. Flip them over. This one side one burn. We're gonna grab. Where the lid stay? Where the lid stay? Here's the lid. My plate. Oh no! All the bugs stay on them. Hold on. I gotta rinse them off real fast. And I just went fall into the river. Ah, man, all wet now. Well, I almost fell into the river. My hands did. And my shoes. No, nothing went push me. I'm just clumsy. I just wanted to turn the stove off before I went to the river. Did I get cut? No blood, but I got cut. Weird. Okay, no s'mores. I got you. I understand. This thing is just... Brenda, how's it? Kalena, how's it? Thank you. Hey, is that Sandy? Weelani, are they saying not to do the s'mores? That REM pod keeps going off, and I never... It's very rare that the thing... It just started going off choke when I started making s'mores. So they're either really excited, or they're warning me not to. Alright. Let me divine. Can I make a s'more for myself? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's other ways of getting my attention. Oh yeah, right on. Hey Sandy. Right. S'more time tonight. Okay. Well, they're welcome to have my s'mores. I don't want to leave one here and attract all the ants, but you know. Oh, hush. They're like, nah, can, promise. It's okay, no worries. You know what we're gonna do first? We're gonna dry this bugger off. Nah. Dry my lettuce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, getting hot. Okay. Oh, hot. Wow, propane is no joke, huh? Hey, my dinner was great. Thank you. We're gonna have s'mores for the second time now. I think this is ready now. So let's move you. Put you here. Pick you up. Okay. Don't worry. You all pop already. Nope, just smoking. Okay, we get one side. Hey, Kahanu Lalani. How's it? And we get our chocolate over here. Bah. You know what? Don't mind the mosquito, Ponka. Remember, we'll turn this bugger around like that. There you go. Let's see it cooking, and there you go. You can see this more. Now we flip you around. Whoa. And we flip you on the ground. Well, 2-second roll, we're good. Thank you for all the TikTok stuff, you guys. What am I heating up? Do you have to ask what I'm heating up? S'more Pop-Tarts. Okay, that's cooked. Let's see the smoke. I just like melt the chocolate, yeah? Now we're going with one. So much better, this one. Oh. Shucks. Yeah, I don't think the inside of that one cooked very well, though. Yeah, 5-second rule, yep. I do want the inside of the marshmallow to be gooey and messy, though. So there's a story that I was reading. This kind of reminds me of it a little bit. I read when I was a little kid, called the one-eyed Akua in the book Spooky Stuffs, a Hawaiian story. And I said that last week. One of the stories, you know what, two is good enough, that always stuck with me was just because the pictures were just so vivid, yeah? You gotta read the story. The story is so fantastic, but I'm gonna tell a little recollection of it, right? There was the guy who wrote, hello there. The guy who wrote the story was one Howley guy, but he took care of the locals kind of thing, huh? So, on Kauai. Anyways, one of the guys, one of his, they were kind of like cooks and you know that kind of stuff. They lived there, but they also took care of the place and all that. One of the guys went to go hunt. I think. Oh, bro, this thing's burnt on now. A cow or something, right? And he went to go hunting food, and he found this white bull or this white cow, and this white cow just he just kept chasing it from one valley to another, and it just kept evading him, and it just kept disappearing. Yeah. And so he finally realized it was too dark already, and he had to go home. Yeah. But he was way too far to go home, and it was kind of a rule: you don't spend the night over there. Oop. You don't spend the night in the forest because it's dangerous because of all the akua, all the spirits that roam around and all of that. But he had no choice. So he went to the back, like there was a rock behind him, and he was making a fire for light, and this ogre-looking thing with one eye came up to him. This was a man-eating akua. This was where he had one big saucer-sized eye. It's called the one-eyed akua. That's what the story is. And he stayed up all night. When the fire started getting low, the akua would creep closer and closer and closer to him. When he put more fire on the wood, more wood on the fire, and it got bigger, it would go further and further away. It did not like the... Hey, Moth, how are you? It did not like the fire. So all night he kept feeding it. And in the morning when the sun started to rise, the akua gave him one like stink eye kind glance and walked away and went back into the woods in the forest. That's the picture I remember from that story. That's the story I remember the most. Because it's just, whoa, I did not know the light could do that. That is awesome. Sorry. No way. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. Now I can see what's sneaking up on me. Yeah, we're gonna try this for him. Rah. So the light reflection makes it look like there's something behind me. Yeah, I'm good with that. Thank you very much. But we are gonna eat this. Look at that. This thing kind of broke. It's full of chocolate and marshmallows. Just like the picture shows, yeah? Who would have thought? It's as advertised. Are you still too hot to eat? Oh man, that chocolate is just melting. Ugh. I mean, not ugh, but ooh. Oh man, here, bring on the mess. You've been quiet for a while. I'm getting chocolate all over my shoes. Look at that. Yeah, it doesn't do it justice. But trust me, it's good. Joe likes cold hard chocolate. The river is so hypnotic. Yep, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I just hear the river all night. I don't want to hear other things. Oop. You like this? You like some? I can leave some for you. You like some? The REM pod's been really quiet. I think they're eating right now, Swaya. Yep, you guys, Joy, always go sleep. You guys come over here. You guys just sit down, get comfortable, and just crash. Oh, where are you going tonight? Morgan's Corner. For what? Oh, to sleep. Oh, too much. What about red? Green? Green, green. Green chocolate. No, no. Hey, you guys, spirits over here. Did you like me to leave some for you? No? Turn the light on if you want me to leave some for you. I'll leave them right over there on the rock. I know, Joy. You've had some of the scariest things that happen over here. Aussie, you've never had a s'more before. Bruh. Easy. Get graham crackers, chocolate, and marshmallows. Wow. Cook the marshmallows, throw them all on top. The marshmallows will melt the chocolate. That's the one-dimensional s'more. This is the five-dimensional s'more. Probably maybe put in one Walmart order for make s'mores. Oh man, you're never gonna go back. Now, as I said, this could be even better. I've never tried it before, but supposedly butter on a Pop Tart is supposed to be good. Get one song or something like that, right? He goes Family Guy. I've never tried that. I'm not a butter fan, but we can make this thing even more dangerous. Oh man. Well, I'll give you one last chance, right? I'm not bugging you guys, but you're more than welcome to. Yeah. If you want me to leave you a piece, set off the lights over there, and I will. Yes, he said he was gonna share. Gotta leave on the rock behind the big rock the REM pod is on. Yeah. All right. Oh, oh. That time was cleaner. I haven't made a real s'more since Camp Erdman. Oh, brah. Oh yeah, I get all the lights off. This place is pitch black. You can't see nothing. Where the moon stay? I don't know where the moon stay. But yeah, s'mores Pop Tarts is a staple in my house. Yeah. I never really got into Pop Tarts. I've always been more of a waffle kind of guy. And one of the guys in the group home when I used to work at taught me something dangerous. I would switch the camera around, Sandy. Let me switch him back. Nah, I'll leave him over here for now so we can see the lights going off. No, the group home. They taught me something dangerous. Waffles with peanut butter. When you put the peanut butter on top of the waffle and the waffle's hot, the peanut butter melts. Oh man, peanut butter on top of the waffle and then you get syrup on top of that. Oh man, that is ono. Hey CP, how's it? That is ono. I'll eat that every morning for breakfast. When I do have time for breakfast. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I don't like to show you guys, so you guys don't know. But my lighter fell into the river. I get overkill propane stove here for light one cigarette. CP, I'm not sure who you are. I can't see the picture. Half because I'm blind and the other half because it's so small. But I feel like I know you. I can't see that close. My eyes getting off. I don't like doing them on the live, on the video. You know, it's not professional. Yeah. What kind of stories do you guys like here? Let's see. What else? What else? What else? We get mo'o around. Maybe a good mo'o story would be good. I got a good Pohaku story from the Obaki files that I like. So it's funny because like most of the stories about rocks and Pohaku are bad stories about what happens and how people get punished when they take them. You know what I mean? But this story is different. This story is about a Pohaku that chose a person to go with. Yeah. Mo'o, half lizard. No, Mo'o is full lizard person. This isn't about a mo'o though. I mean, I don't know if it's a mo'o because mo'os could be in the rock too. Yeah, the Pohaku. But I think Glenn Grant wrote this one. I'm not too sure, or collected this story. But this was a while back. And the story is there was a guy who lived in Kailua, right? And he liked to fish and all that kind of stuff. And that's why you see down at Makapu'u, before the lighthouse was built, that's how long ago it was, there used to be a little bit of a ko'a, a fishing shrine, a little altar with a pohaku, with a rock. And this rock was this white, maybe about the size of a football, almost like marble, this beautiful white rock. And her name was Malay. Malay was the spirit that was inside of the rock. So people would go over there and they would take care of her. And they would drape her with seaweed, lei, flowers, that kind of stuff. Fruits, fish, eat for offerings. Perhaps this is when the Makapu'u lighthouse was built. But one day, this guy sharing the story, one guy in Kailua, right? He wakes up and he goes outside, and right there in front of his door is Malay, this beautiful rock. And the first thing in his mind was, no, 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 no. You're not supposed to take rocks from Hawaii. So he drives it back to Makapu. He puts it back around over there where it's supposed to be. And when he comes home, the rock is still waiting for him on the doorsteps. And so he takes it to one of the kahus, one of the kahunas or something. And he's like, hey, listen, I know it's not good luck to take rocks, but this rock keeps appearing on my doorstep. What do I do? And the kahu was like, oh, Malay chose you to be a caretaker. Oh, Brenda, we're in Nu'uanu. Thank you, Noelani. Like this Akua, this spirit, Malay, has chosen you to take care. For some reason, I've always seen Malay as a mo'owahine. I don't know why. It just feels right. How as beautiful as she is, the offerings and all of that. So he was taught how to take care of Malay. And he took Malay into his house, put her in a place of honor, puts her in a place of respect, puts her right in the front where she can see everything and everybody can see her. And it's not like a collection where, oh, I will take this rock, put him in one shoecase, stick him in the back of my closet, and never look at him again. This rock is decorated with perfumes and flowers every now and again. The rock is really taken care of. Now, the guy who took the rock, or the guy who's taking care of the rock, he ended up blessed. He landed a good job. He got a lot of money. He was very comfortable. He was very blessed. And he thought it was because of the rock. So as he's getting older, he passes the rock on to his nephew because he didn't have any children. So he passes the rock on to the nephew, teaches the nephew, who's a grown adult now, right, how to take care of the rock, and tells her about Malay and all of that stuff too. So he starts doing the same thing. He starts taking care of her, putting perfume, flowers. He starts paying more attention to this rock than to his own wife. So the wife quickly gets jealous, especially when she finds out that there is a spirit in there, a woman named Malay. Oh, Joy, how's it? Yeah, thank you for joining, Joy. Yeah, thanks for the idea of the recorder. I'm definitely going to try it. Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah, Joy. You and Corey. But so the wife gets jealous. One morning, the nephew comes home and Malay is gone. Nobody knows what happened to Malay. But it was thought that the wife and some of her friends took Malay and got rid of her. They don't know what happened. Because within a week's time, everybody that had gotten rid of Malay was dead. Car accident, got sick and died really fast, heart attack, that kind of stuff. They just died within a week. I think there were like 4 or 5 of them. That's a good story about the rocks. It shows you what will happen if you take care of them and what will happen if you don't. Just finished watching The Ritual, the new Exorcist film based on the most documented case in America. Ooh. No, thank you. Not over here by myself. Thank you, though. I don't want to talk about that, even though I got 666 followers on TikTok now. Somebody else gotta follow me on TikTok just to break that number, please. Let us put the chocolate back with the marshmallows so they all melt together. No, so the ants don't get to it. What time now? 10:30. I think I'm gonna try and sleep at 11. Can't see. What, you like to be putting away the s'mores? Let me show you guys how dark. I'm gonna turn off the light now. Oh, brah. I'm not turning off the light tonight. That's just silly. Why would they turn off the light tonight? It's dark. Whoever thought it would be dark in the forest, right? What a silly idea. I'm gonna have one of these now, just to help me go sleep. What is this called? This is a buzz ball. A little nightcap. Yeah. Of course, when I shine them on top of this, nothing, huh? Watch, I will turn them around. Hey, stop it. There you go. I'm gonna turn them around. And now the thing will go off again. Malia, how's it? Oh no. Okay, good. Don't tell me the light just turned off by itself. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh my god, that is just way too, hold on, way too bright. There you go, much better. Can't see, what should I see? Yeah, it looks like your yard. No, I didn't want to bring a big bottle of Elvis. Man, you should have seen my backpack. My backpack is huge and that thing is heavy. I had to carry the food. Oh, thank you. Good to see you, Malia. Unstable connection on TikTok. Okay. I don't know why. I'm gonna smell like mosquito punk. I might go take a swim in the morning though. I get a towel and shorts. Just lie down in the 1 foot deep water, you know. And I can have coffee tomorrow. Right on. One more ghost story. I don't want it to be too scary. Bruh. No unfollow you. What the hell? So it'll go back to 666. Next time I will drag you out here with me. Oh man. I am looking forward to sleeping with this sound and all my lights on. Or maybe my lights staggered. So when one light turns off, I go turn the other one on. Or maybe I'll just charge them. Yeah, I'll see. If I get water, I'm next to the stream, and I get my bottle, my filter. I can drink nice fresh water. Oh man. I'm gonna share a Pully Lookout story because it's right up. It's right up there. Right up the road. What was that? This is one of the cooler nights, right? That we see the Pully Lookout wasn't very scared. It wasn't very scary. It was always you had stuff happening, right? Okay, we'll do a Doug story after this one because I started this one. That's a good one. The Pully Lookout was always a nice place. You'd have things happen, but as I said, they wouldn't be bad. You would have like things happen, you know. And as I said, there are certain times when you're allowed or not allowed, right? This is about one of the times we were not allowed, but I pushed ahead anyway because these people are paying money, yeah. So I pick up this lady as we're starting the tour, and she gives me her business card. She is a authentic card-carrying psychic. Pardon me if I'm a little bit skeptical about it, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, that's fine. She's a psychic. She's a psychic. I'm not gonna, oh my God, what do you think? You're a psychic. Tell me what's going, like that kind of stuff. It's fine. But we get to the pulley and we parked outside, so we didn't get locked in, right? And we parked outside and we start walking up the road to the parking lot. Yeah, we drive down towards Kaneohe. We pull over to the side, park outside the gate, and had me and I think the guy was Micah. He's a new guy. He was just a driver. He wasn't a storyteller. And so he followed me behind and he watched the vans as I walked them up and shared the stories with people, right? So we start walking up and then all of a sudden, like, the lady tells me we need to stop. There's a man coming down the road and he's telling us to stop. And so I'm like, oh. For some reason in my head, I just pictured a man crawling down the road, like a kahuna crawling down the road because he never have legs. Not the kind floating because he never have legs. This guy never had legs in life, so he's crawling down the road, which was weird. And then she tells me he's crawling down the road, and I'm like, what? That's what she saw. I saw the same thing she saw. She says, he's telling you, you can't go up there tonight because they're doing stuff. They're doing something. And I'm like, they're doing something. Okay. And I'm thinking, well, I can't just, you know what I mean, cut off. These people pay $50, $60 a person. Oh, sorry guys, the ghost said we cannot go to the Pali lookout, so we're going to cut off the site and we cannot do them tonight. I know, that don't sound good. So instead, I asked her, would it be all right if we just walked to the lookout, told a couple stories, and came back? So she looks out towards the road, towards the lookout, and she's like, okay. He said yes. He said, do not go down the lookout. You can go to the lookout, but don't go down the road, because that's where they're going to be. I'm like, okay. So we walk down the road. Clear night, crystal clear, not a cloud in the sky, no wind at all, which was just weird, right? No wind, just quiet, dark, We get to the lookout, I tell a couple stories, but now I push the envelope. I see what'll happen. So I look at the group, I'm like, so what? You guys walk down the road? Yeah, they walk down the road. And the lady's like, I don't think you should. And I'm like, well, the people make the decision. Majority wanted to walk down the road. So because I'm stupid like that, right? We walk down the road, we walk down that little ramp to get to the bottom of right behind the gate now, right? And as we're walking down that ramp, the wind, somebody flicked the switch and turned on the wind. That wind was the strongest wind I've ever felt over there. I was at the bottom and I could not take one step forward. I would lift one foot up and the wind would push it back, or something would push it back. And I'm stubborn and I keep trying to go forward, but it won't. It just keeps pushing my foot back. And as this is happening, I notice there's a cloud. There's this mist now completely enshrouding us. You can't see more than 10 feet ahead. So I'm looking and I'm shining my light on the group and I'm seeing that there are people really struggling. I saw this chick grabbing onto her boyfriend, both her feet were in the air and she's holding onto him. The wind was going to blow her away. And at that point I'm like, no, okay, too dangerous. Let's turn around and go back. And I'm yelling okay, no, turn around, go back. Let's walk a few feet, let's go back and then regather and rethink this. So we walk out of the wind tunnel. We get up to the top, up to the side of the grassy area. And then I'm like, okay. So that was a good sign. Who wants to go down now? Nobody wants to go down. Okay, let's turn back. Wind stopped. Wind clicked. It was turned right off. The whole area was still enshrouded by this cloud, this mist. The cool thing about it was, as I was shining my light in it, and this wind must have been over 60, 70 miles an hour, In my flashlight, the clouds, the mist was not moving. It hung there. Not like the wind is blowing the clouds through. No, this cloud just hung there and did not even blow in the wind. So we started walking back to the van, and by the time we got out of the, we got into the parking lot, I think it was. Sorry, I'm hearing noises again. Bruh, how you do this? Oh, backwards. The wind stopped, as I said, and the clouds dispersed. It just disappeared, and it became quiet, calm, and clear, just like it had been earlier, right? And I'm like, oh, bruh, what the hell was that? That was so cool. But then I get to the van, and I find that Micah is missing. He's gone. He's not at the van. And so I'm over there, and I start honking my horn, and I see him running up from the road, yeah? Brother was sitting under the light, the street light, right before the tunnel. He was sitting under the street light. Something was happening. I'm like, brother, you okay or what? He came up, he was soaking wet. I thought he was like drenched in sweat because he was so scared. I looked at him like, bro, you okay or what? He's sweating. He's like, oh, no, I'm okay. I'm like, you're right. He's like, I'm like, bro, you're sweating. You sure you're okay? He's like, oh, I'm not sweating. He's like, I was sitting here and something started shaking in the bush next to me. And other stuff started happening. So I decided to go run down to the highway and sit under the street light. And then it just started raining on me. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it just started downpouring just where I was sitting. And I'm like, that, what? He's like, yeah, look at it when you drive by. So when we drove through the tunnel, driving by, right before the tunnel, I looked. And I saw there was just mud and a big puddle right under the light. But it wasn't, there was no rain. The road wasn't wet, nothing. Like, that was kind of cool, but he didn't really come back to work after that. I don't know if I blame him, you know. Doug's story. What kind of Doug story? I'll tell you guys about the first time I used a spirit box, and no, I'm not going to use a spirit box tonight, thank you. The first time I used a spirit box was with Doug. Doug is a guy I met. He came on the ghost tours. He would come down to Hawaii to visit. He's from Illinois. He passed away as well a few years ago. He's from Illinois, and he would come down for a week, and every night he'd come on the ghost tour. And that's how I met him. A really interesting guy. One of the kindest souls I have ever met in my life, you know. And so we became friends quickly. And on this, I think it was his first trip, he asked me, he's like, oh, Joe, me and my team, we're going to do a crossover tonight. We're at the Waikiki Circle Hotel. Would you like to come and join us? And I'm like, oh, sure. I'm like, he's like, him and his team, I get to meet the people he's working with, right? He told me he's going to cross over several million souls. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm still not sure whether this guy is kind of crazy or what, but, you know, I'm open-minded. Why not? So I go over there and I meet him in the room, and it's just him sitting in the room. He's sitting on the bed, and he's like, okay, well, welcome, Joe. Come in, have a seat. And I'm like, oh, where's your team? He's like, they're already here. And I'm like, okay, this guy's paranormal team is ghosts. All right, whatever, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm like, I've seen weirder, I've seen stranger. I've met people who said they were vampires, okay? Not just half a dozen, but I met people on the tour who said they were, I've seen stranger. So I sit down in the room, and he turns on the spirit box. No. Before he turns on the spirit box, I notice that my head feels like it's being squeezed. Like, I'm getting this pressure headache, right? Really, really bad. And I wince, and he's like, oh, you okay? And I'm like, I'm all right. It's just it feels like there's a lot of stuff in this room right now. And he's like, they're all here. There's several million souls in this room right now. He's like, it might feel a little tight. He's like, you want me to help you? I'm like, no, I got it. And so this was the cool part for me. I pictured, I don't think I met werewolves, but I'd have to think about that, Sandy. So I envisioned a bubble around my head, and I imagined it getting bigger. And as I imagined it getting bigger, the headache started lessening. The pain started to lessen. And I'm like, that's weird. Okay. The bigger it would be, the less pain I had. And so I'm like, all right, let's play with this. And I'd imagine it shrinking, and the headache would come back, and then it would grow. And I imagine it blowing up like a balloon, and then the headache would go away. And I'm like, bro, this is weird. I just keep doing this. I'm like, ouch, no, okay, ouch, okay, what the hell? But it felt invasive having a big bubble, so I made it metal instead and made it like small around my head, and then my headache completely went away. And I'm like, brah, that was so weird. Doug's like, oh, okay, I see you haven't handled. I'm like, yeah, that was weird. Like, he's like, you ready for the spirit box? I'm like, sure. He had a spirit box. He's like, yeah, first time I used a spirit box. He turns it on, and this one, I actually have one in here. It scans the radio stations really fast, forward and backwards, AM or FM. You can adjust the speed. He, hi. He turns on the spirit box, and immediately you hear a woman coming through several channels. Hi, honey, how are you? And he gets choked up, and he's like, hi, honey, this is my friend Joe. Joe, this is my wife Stacy. His wife Stacy, I had met her before. I had seen her before in pictures because she's always this constant, sometimes multicolored orb around Doug. Like you take a picture of Doug, and there is. Yeah, I heard that too, Matt. You take a picture of Doug, and there's Stacy in an orb somewhere around him. Just great feeling, you know. And so I'm talking to her. I'd say, hi, Stacy, nice to meet you. She says, hi, Joe, nice to meet you. This is going over several channels, okay? All you hear is the, you know, just phonetics and static. But I hear a woman speaking to me saying, hi, Joe, nice to meet you. And I'm like, wow, you know, this is something. So we continue talking for a bit, and I'm like, so how are you going to cross them over? And he's like, oh, they're already crossing over now. I just have to stay here. The team pulls them through me. Long story short, he went to heaven, so he has a little bit of a memory of heaven, and the spirits go into his body, download his memories, and remember, and then cross over and go. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, you know. So he's like, we're just killing time here, Joe. He's like, is there anybody you want to talk to? Now I'm thinking about to myself, like, all right, I'm gonna say, oh, I would like to talk to this person named Frank, and then all of a sudden you're gonna hear something that is, oh, did that sound like Frank? You know what I mean? It's too suggestive. It's too suggestive. I'm not gonna put the idea in his head. I'm like, not really. And then he's like, how about if there's somebody that wants to talk to you? I'm like, sure, that sounds better. So he asked the spirit box, is there anybody that would like to talk to Joe over here? Immediately, this voice came through that I know. Mariah, Mariah, Mariah. And he looks at me, he's like, do you know a Mariah? I'm like, my Auntie Mariah passed away less than a year ago, Doug. She was an old Chinese lady, and 100 years old, had a hard time hearing, so she would always say things 3 times, you know, and that's how I knew it was her. And I'm like, Auntie, hi Auntie, how are you? Like, oh, good boy, good. I'm like, okay. He's like, you, do me a favor, do something for Auntie. Give Joe a hug for me. Tell him I love him. Joe's her son, Uncle Jozo. But I'm like, okay, Auntie, I will. Thank you. Okay, bye. Just like she would be, okay, bye. Not like, you know, no big deal. We're just talking, you know, through a spirit box, and I'm hearing the voice of my deceased. Okay, bye. You know, like, okay, Auntie, bye. Next person to come in, Sandy, I hope you're still here, was my friend Jacob. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, no freaking way. I hear Doug's like, is there anybody else that would like to talk to Joe? And this voice comes in and says, Jacob. And I'm like, no way. This is some kind of trick. This is not real. Oh, hold on. Live will end in 4 minutes. We have detected inactivity. Complete the verification. What verification? No more verification. Wow, TikTok is weird. Alright, we got 5 minutes. And so I'm thinking to myself, this is some kind of evil spirit. This is some kind of trickster. This is something that's tricking me into thinking that it's Jacob, but clearly it's not. And I'm like, all right, prove to me you're Jacob. And he's like, you remember the park? You remember this? You remember that? Hold on. He's like, you remember? He's like, you remember these parks? And he goes through memories. Like, I grew up with the guy, right? And he's going through all the memories that I have with him. And I'm like, dude, this is Jacob. You know, this is for real, Jacob. And he said, tell my mom I love her. And so I'm like, okay. And then he says goodbye. We talked to other spirits as well, and it was something. It was very, very fascinating. I told his mother, who's my godmother, the next day. Or maybe it was the day after, but I was still kind of processing that Jacob said hi, and it turned out to be her birthday, and she said that was like the best birthday gift she could have ever gotten. Jacob died of a brain tumor, or cancer, whichever one it was, when he was about 20, 21. Yeah. I grew up with him. We were good friends. He lived right down the road from me. But yeah. To hear his voice was cool. You know, it's just... to hear these loved ones' voices is awesome. I was telling my son today, you know, nothing ever happens when you're on the live. You know, hardly anything at all. It's like using the spirit box. I'll use the spirit box when I'm on the live. Not much will happen, but as soon as you're off the live, oh man, if it's not recorded, it just goes off. We were in Mililani. We did the spirit box after the live, and it named Mace, it named me, it named Uwe, and it named Matt. And I'm like, bruh, we're all within like what, 30 seconds to a minute. You know, I'm like, wow, that kind of stuff is cool. That was the app, the Spiritus app. Yeah. I cannot see anything, but no surprise, huh? Oop. There you go. Oh man. I guess Sandy was off. Sandy was Jacob's date for prom. She remembers him too. Alright, I am gonna stay on the live as I clean up. I'm gonna stay on the live as I clean everything up. Just because I don't want to walk around here in the dark by myself. Nobody ever said I was brave, yeah? Oh. We will clean this in the morning and that in the morning. We will take the... Oh, Sandy, you did hear that. We will take the axe back at the tent. Oop. Bruh. That's a bee. I'm pretty damn sure that's a bee. Yep, that's a bee. Bruh. Don't fly on me, bruh. Oh, thank you, Ilani. Oop. Well, I mean, Judd is just dark. I know the spirit's here, but this is not Judd. You go right up the river, and now this is Luakaha. Luakaha is a completely different area with different spirits. Need the axe too. Gotta take care of my stuff. Because the axe not good. I already went chip them by cutting wood. Go figure, huh? You use the axe for what it's supposed to be and the bug a chip already. Come on, bro. There you go. Whoa, B, get away. You go in the fence. And you go in the fence. And you, and you. We'll leave this outside. This. Sorry, I don't mean to show you guys my better side. So strange. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I could never. I would go camping in another area, just not Judd. Why not? Everywhere you go, get ghosts. Everywhere get ghosts. At least Judd, I know they're not bad. They're Hawaiian. You respect them, they respect you. I hope. Make sure I get everything over here. I clean up the punk in the morning and everything else. Oh no. This is going to be a fun one. Sitting down, I can feel the rocks already. Yeah. Bugger. Alright, guys. Let me just zip up the tent first. How do you close this tent? There we go. And I gotta close the door before all the bugs come in because my light. Hold on. 2 hands. Pathetic. And now we get my fan light. Got a little light fan over here. Hey, don't tell me that. Be flying sometimes, let you know someone is coming to visit. We already had someone visiting. But yeah, alright guys, I'm off to bed. Have a great night. I might go live in the morning, we'll see. And if not, if there's stuff happening, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put my recorder out because I'm not gonna listen to 9 hours of EVP when I'm done. If anything starts happening, I will go live again, so I promise. Alright guys, have a great night. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Bye.